How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Big Six. It's a late one, and we're still late. We tried to make it on time, but obviously TOBS went to the game, so he just got back. So at least hit the like button, people, because we're still bringing you the Big Six show on a Monday night. It's late for us too. I know it's later for some. I'm seeing 1 a.m.s and 3 a.m.s in the chat already in the comment section. Apologies, people. Champions League tomorrow, so it's better we get it done tonight. So hit the like button if you're watching it now. Hit the like button if you're saving it till tomorrow and you're snoozing right now. Enjoy your sleep. But I was gonna say let's get straight into it. Before we get into it, obviously, both corners, you see the sponsors. Firstly, we'll go into Manscaped. You know what it is already. There's a code right there, TB620, that gives you 20% off. It's November now, people. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, wherever you are, Manscaped can deliver as well. It's not just a UK thing. It's a worldwide thing. So use the code TB620, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. On top of that, grab yourself something nice. Big up Manscaped. And then just jumped on board. Last show, I told you guys about fair play. If you make bets between your mates, then use fair play now, because it's often long chasing a man about P's old because of bets. So fair play have jumped on. Their app is just for that. They don't take nothing from it. Obviously, it's 18 plus. Please be gamble aware. But if you make a £10 bet with someone, £20 is up for grabs. £20 bet with someone, £40 is up for grabs. And likewise, all the way through. So me, HUGH, TOBS, and Matisse, we've teamed up with Fair Play. And there was a bet from the last one too. But before we get into that bet from the last show, make sure you show them some love. If you download the app using the link in the description, we're going to pin it in the live chat as well. Then make sure you use the promo code BIG6, BIG6IX. Use that promo code. You get a free £5 bet. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to attach a FC24 giveaway to it as well. If you make a bet, screenshot it, send it to our social accounts at the Big Six Show, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Make the bet, screenshot it, send it to our social accounts, and we'll announce a winner for the FC24 giveaway code next Monday. So that gives 7 days or so to get that done. Big up Manscaped, big up Fair Play. And let's get into it. As you run you your money, Matisse.
Bank account balance, you know? Run me my money, bro. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a beautiful day, man. I mean, TOBS went for a scram. He went for a 5-star meal before the match. Wanted belly full. Do you know what I mean? GRIZZ has been talking about action. Jackson needs to show more. And what do you know? A 4-1 win at the toilet bowl. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful evening. And yeah, man, someone had to do it, innit? These men have been unbeaten all season. So someone had to rock up there and just give him a little beating, you know what I mean? Just younger brother. They've been talking a lot of talk this season, enjoying life. They've been speaking about my team, Pride of London, and all this. So it's nice that London is reorganized, you know, and just, you know, just remember where you're from, innit? Remember your roots. It's one of those ones where, you know, when a younger brother they're just talking a lot, and they beat you one game on the PS5, they go, oh, and then, you know, you just respond. So it's nice. Toby, how was the view, bro? Did you get to boo Poch? Because I know you guys had a whole plan. I saw the song sheet. I was told you guys had a song going through all of the groups and everybody was going to sing their part and whatnot, create this really, you know, toxic, you know, atmosphere and whatnot. You had a lot going into this game. It all go well, yeah? Everything turned out well.
Why would I boo Poch? I told you I wasn't going to boo Pochettino. So why are you asking me about that? What reason do I have to boo Pochettino?
Okay.
You try to cook something there, and it just.
Bro, listen. Listen, bro. You owe me money. You have to run that as well.
It's on the app. It's on the app. I submitted the team.
Yeah, listen,
hours ago. Bro. You were too busy dodging, and now you want to talk with your £50 shades and your black jacket, and you wanna beat your chest out. It's fine. You do your thing. Let me shut up. Go on.
You should. More than you can believe. More than you can believe. You should shut up. 100%. More than bro, listen. We even gave you a head start. I have to commend you. It was a great start to the game. You guys, you came out of a lot of passion, a lot of aggression. I knew you would. I knew we needed to get through the first 10-15 minutes. We didn't. And you guys just carried on that passion and aggression throughout the whole game. Like, it was incredible. The way you guys are flying into tackles, you were committed, giving 100%. And you were trying to break legs out there. It was quite impressive. And then what was even better was, even after the sending offs, Postecoglou, you think with 10 men, with 9 men, this guy, he would drop the line, but he just left the high line. I said, wow, Chelsea up against low blocks all season are struggling. All season. Everybody knows this is our kryptonite. And you guys with 9 men, I honestly thought, I prayed before the game, yeah? I had definitely, you know, cashed in all my checks. I had definitely rubbed a lot of juju on this game. I'd asked for a lot. There was a couple of players getting sent off. There was injuries. We couldn't really believe it. But for you guys to keep a high line like that, it was just honestly, I thought you were honestly throwing the game. I thought you wanted us to win. So I mean, what did you think of that? Was you happy with that? Because that was honestly one of the craziest tactical decisions I've ever seen in my life. I know Vicario was good.
I'll let you speak first, then I'll
No, go on. That's my question to you, bro. This is discussion. It's Big Six.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy, to be honest. I respect Angelo. I think he's done a fantastic job, but I also feel like in that moment when you got 9 men, listen, I'm all for a man sticking to his principles, but I think his Achilles heel has just come to the forefront now, because in the summer, the one thing I heard about him, about his style, is that whilst it's unrelenting, he doesn't change, right? He doesn't change. People are referencing specific games for Celtic where they played Champions League and they repeated, right? So it's his Achilles heel, man. I don't blame him for Spurs being down to 9 men, but yeah, I feel like within the context of how the game was going, the game management in the second half was awful. It was really, really bad. And he's just got to hold that. He's just got to hold that. Simple. And I just pray for his sake that he becomes a little bit flexible, because I feel like if Spurs are put in this situation again, teams know how to play against Spurs. And I feel like it's not even knowing how to play against us. I feel like in a game like today, the tactic will literally gift the opposition chances. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
I'm honestly, this squad depth of Tottenham is about to be tested now, because they've had a lot of their starters available for the majority of the season. Not taking away any credit, but they've been fortuitous with injuries. They've had their players available. Now that Udogie's suspended, who, by the way, that first tackle, that 2-footed, strong yellow. Yeah, we were debating it on my watch along, but that was a wild decision to roll in like that. Romero, I know Saeed's gonna have a few words to say on that. I'll let him talk, because I'm not gonna get involved. That's you lot's beef. But he's now suspended. I don't know. Madison's always been a little bit. Madison's always been susceptible to injuries. He's got a few injuries now as well. I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. The squad depth of Tottenham is gonna be really tested. We're gonna see just how good you are putting a bit of a patched up team together and seeing if you can still play this style of football, because that what happened today, honestly, one of the craziest games I've ever seen. I was saying to Grizz before we started, that 45 minutes had enough for 90 minutes. Like, that was enough content. We didn't need no more. It's just kamikaze. And taking away the shamelessness, as I did on my on my review, I had to strip it back. I don't think we come out looking great of that one either. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna speak on it. I know
you're actually a gangster.
I'm glad you're being honest.
I rate Matisse. I rate Matisse for that end line, because you're a gangster. I rate you, bro. You know what I mean? You could have easily said, yeah, rare, and you said all your pieces, but at the end you said we didn't look great either. That was. But we'll speak on it. But yeah, we'll speak on it. But you still carry on, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was fun.
Saeed.
I want him. Let's hear it.
I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's one of them. Toby, man. If you cannot hear, you must feel, Toby. You know when they say that. You know? You hear that proverb before? You know, have you heard that?
You got that one right, Saeed. Yeah,
I got that one right. Come on, man. With Romero, you got to get that right, man. Because, you know what I mean? I told you so about this guy. You know what I'm saying to you? Not only could he get a red card once, could have got a red card twice, if that is even a thing. You know what I mean? I told you, this guy is an absolute bozo and a liability. I told you, do not be fooled by Romero's little form here and there. Respect on his name. This brother's coming on here. And I told him, and I'll tell you again, I said the Romero moment is coming around the corner. Enjoy it while you can, Toby, I said to you. And I said to you, he's going to cost you a game. He's a liability. And today, the absolute stupidity to go for man's ankle. Could have nearly broke the guy's ankle. In the box. Man lost all control. In the box. My man is trying to do that. The stupidity. Thought he could get away with it. And he's there complaining. What? I tried to get the ball. Bro, you nearly took man's leg off, bro. Are you mad? He's an absolute bozo. And the sooner you lot realize that, the better, Toby. Especially you. You, I told you, he's a liability. He said, what game liability? There's been numerous games. And today's another fine example, mate. I'm telling you now, it's always going to come round the corner. And Romero, I told you, lot, is an absolute bomb, as you say. What do you say, Toby? Bomb. He is a bomb. I needed to go find him tonight of all nights, yeah? He let you down. Because I thought Tottenham, fair play to them. You know what? I'm going to give them, they showed heart, they showed fight, desire. Udoji's another one. But to be fair with Udoji, he's a young kid, naive. I'll give it to him. But Romero, of all people, should have experience. And he's done it before and he's done it again. So you need to find him. Last time you said you're going to go find. Now, tonight's the night you find him. Absolute bomb, man. I told you about this Romero, man. And stop sticking up for him, man. Stop it, Toby. Because you're part of the problem.
Let me know when you're done.
You're part of the problem.
We're not done. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. We're gonna take our time.
I was talking to Saeed. I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, exactly. I haven't even started yet. So we're gonna take our time. We're gonna take our time. But like Matisse said, I caught the end of Matisse telling me. Matisse said, we're gonna take our time. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna tease you.
Listen.
Pause.
Air fryer, bruv. Slow.
Slow cooker.
Slow cooker, bro. Slow cooker.
We're gonna pretend we're in that Manhattan apartment of ours again with that cooker. We're gonna put that pizza in the oven and we're gonna put it on. We're gonna put it on the wrong.
That wasn't my fault. Yeah, it was hard to understand. Fahrenheit's bullshit,
bro. Celsius cooking, bruv.
But now, listen,
that was mad.
Let's get the football. Let's try and get some football analysis involved as well, right? Because the start Spurs made, right? You think to yourself, total domination here. It was boys against men out there. Spurs started like a house on fire, like they expected to, right? First time they're gonna be. Chelsea got a bad boy record they were signing it, Matisse.
It's good. Like at the new stadium, Like
so you think to yourself, if Spurs are ever gonna put a victory over them comfy, this is gonna be the one. And they started off pressing the football. Son was on fire. Van der Ven looked charged. Basuma and Sarr. I thought, yo, long night for Chelsea. I swear, Wahali, I thought long night for you, bro. I thought Matisse is gonna
same, bro.
Yeah, mash up. The only way these kind of games can go the other way is if you have bozo gene players in your team that have no control over their emotions. And brother Saeed, fair play to him, has spoken about this guy's emotions. He's not in control of his emotions. And he hasn't been. Even at Atalanta, he was known for this. Even for his national team, he's known for this. We know South American, the Latin temperament. But in this kind of game, I don't know. And should have maybe drummed it into him that in this kind of situation, because it's the most fiercest rivalry for you lot, right? Tottenham Chelsea is like it's not as big as Arsenal, but yeah.
But you know what it is, Grizz? Yeah, it wasn't an Enzo. Was it? It was on Enzo, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
what I'm saying. So I don't think Postecoglou can tell him, because if he's doing that to his own international team, that means he has moments where he
said it to McAllister. You know, McAllister.
He doesn't know what's going on.
But these highly charged games are the best ones to get him in.
Exactly. Yeah. He told Alexis McAllister to hold that as well, cry. And like, you know what I mean? Like, football is a humbler. We know this. And the only way I could see this game swaying was stupidity. Not only from one player. Then the second player does a small stupider thing. Because he should have been sent off.
Time ago. No.
He should have been sent off in what minute was that, guys? That nasty challenge.
That was that first
nasty
25.
challenge. So he gets live. And then he goes wild. Bro, Bozo Gene to Bozo Gene, over and out. They're
18th
gone.
minute.
After that, it's over. And the third kamikaze called stupidity was from the coach after that. You just see teams play how with 9 men. 10 men. Liverpool put on a masterclass with 9 men. A masterclass. Did you see that much chances against Liverpool? Like how much these guys was like, it was like PlayStation football. You know how we play sometimes when we lose it on the pros? Like, when it's like me defending, bro. It was me defending out there. It was 9 GRIZZs on the pro there. Bro, that was embarrassingly, shockingly bad. And just got all the praise in the world this season, and rightly so. He's turned that club's mood and atmosphere around. but you can't be that naive and just say that's us, mate. That's the way we play, mate.
Do you know what
do you mean, mate?
Two ways. I think you can look at it two ways. I think because of the final result, you can say it was kamikaze, it was City, blah blah blah. But let's be real. Until the last 8-9 minutes, nine-man Tottenham.
Let me finish. Hang on, let me land.
I hadn't even started. I hadn't even taken off.
It's your turn next. It's your turn.
Now, Grizz, let him hear about Grizz.
It's your turn next. It's your turn next.
Let him land. I hadn't even got the runway, mate.
I haven't finished though. Like I just took a bite of the pitta. It's your next. Let me fit my last piece of pitta. Then I'm done.
What?
It was kamikaze cool. It was.
Man was taking a lunch break.
Because if it was any other decent attack, we know this Chelsea attack is one of the worst in the Premier League. We know they underperformed the XG probably to the worst levels. We know Jack Schwai. We know Raheem Sterling. We know Modric. They can't finish nothing. And they scored 4 Huey. So we can't say, nah, it looks like how you look at it. Any other, imagine that was even Man United. That would have been 10-12. That would have been double figures. Any other team.
Man United, not the best example to use with Anthony, but maybe someone else.
No problem.
Anthony.
That would have been 10 goals. That would have been 10 goals. And we would have been sat here saying, no, you know what? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. I don't know how that's going to check their
I'll go after Hugh. I'll go after Hugh.
Who you are, sir?
Fucking hell, man. Where do I pick up?
It's a relay race. Just take it and go.
I feel like time's running out here before someone goes here and intercepts the plane. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to say, listen, I think because of the final result, you can say, listen, everyone in the chat, I know what you're about to do. You're about to go, he's meat riding Ange and he's glazing and this. Go for it. I enjoy it. But I think you have to give Tottenham credit because up until that last 8-9 minutes where they did capitulate and did concede those goals that made the scoreline look really nasty, they had 11-man Chelsea confused and combuzzled and all these. They didn't know what to do. Do you know what it was for me? I think Chelsea as a team are so unused to for so long controlling games and dominating games. They haven't done it in so long that when they had all this extra space and all this extra time to knock around the ball, they weren't really sure how to penetrate. They weren't really sure how to go out and put a sword to Tottenham. I was watching Matisse's watch along for times, and he was going, bro, go and get another goal. Go and get another goal. And the fact of the matter is, when Tottenham were pressing and playing a high line, they could have actually nicked a draw out of it. When they were pressing and getting the ball high up the pitch, they were winning set pieces. They had the Dyer goal disallowed. They had a couple of scrambles in the 6-yard box that easily could have ended up in the back of the net. I think the thing I said about Ange the whole time was, it's really high risk versus really high reward. He won't alter a style of play. I said that before the North London Derby when all of you guys were like, how will he approach the North London Derby? Will he change up his style of play? I said he won't. He'll always go gung-ho. 9 men, 6 men, 5 men. He'll go gung-ho. And there was a period in time during that game where I was thinking this could pay off. Tottenham could pull off an absolute madness here. But then Action Jackson turned up and got his hat-trick. And now we're all saying it's a disaster.
I put some respect on his name, man.
Hold on. So this is where I got interjected.
How that flatters Chelsea massively. Chelsea did not play ball today.
I said I was going next. I'm in a queue, bro.
They had the whole kitchen, all the ingredients, the best ovens, and they did not cook. Let's be real.
I agree that.
Listen, we know
that's not down to Chelsea's. That's not down to Spurs' naivety and crapness. That's down to Chelsea also being awful majority of that game.
Listen. Caicedo needs to get his credit because he did change the tide of the way the game was going. Enzo was poor today, but Caicedo started to get a grip of that midfield, and that's where we started to change the flow of the game, and that's how we forced the issue. And then obviously, Enzo was poor. The long shots, just everything.
He finally got his window, right?
Bruv, listen. You could take your shots, but yeah, with Enzo,
I'm not taking shots. I'm just telling facts. He was shit today.
He was. Some of his decision making on the passing, Sterling's decision making on the passing as well. He didn't play in Jackson when it was like a 3v2 or something. Just awful. The thing is with Chelsea, right?
There was a bit of that though.
Yeah, the thing is with Chelsea, right? Is we know that Chelsea struggle against low blocks. You've got 9 men. It makes sense to go to a low block and hit Chelsea on the break. That's what we struggle with. We have time on the ball. We have to unlock the defense. We have to try and find our way through. It's a struggle. Even against 9 men, I still would have been bricking it. Like you said, on my watch along, I was cussing for the whole second half because not because we weren't creating. I mean, it's very easy to create against a team that literally parks everybody on the halfway line and says, running behind, and basically all we have to do is time our runs. Shocking. Couldn't time our runs, couldn't get correct weight of pass. But Tottenham were allowing us to even have that as an option by playing this naive high line, which was not necessary. First of all, you're making your 9 players do more running than they need to. You have 9 men. Why are they having to cover more blades of grass than necessary? Let them chill on the edge of their penalty area. You have one of the most deadliest finishers up front in Son. And the only reason, it's not a credit to, it's not, let me make this clear. It's not credit to Postecoglou that we didn't batter this team. Yeah, before the 70th minute. It's our fault. Don't give Postecoglou credit. It's our fault. If we had actually been competent, this could have been 6-7-8-1. Yeah. It's only because of us that it's our fault. Chelsea today, like I said, we have to kind of reflect on this, even though we've won. Yeah, I see Jackson doing the Swede, the Ronaldo swoop, bruv. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Don't get too cocky. This is not good. This is not impressive. I'm not feeling any more confident going into our fixtures against Man City and Newcastle, knowing that up against 9 men with 3 key players out in Van der Ven, Romero, and Maddison. Let's not forget Maddison, critical for this team. Off the pitch, Dyer comes on, Royale comes on, right? And you're trying to tell me that you guys are not absolutely blitzing this team in the second half, and you're gonna miss time runs, misplaced passes. Come on, bro.
Well, do you think
Vicario was man of the match?
If they went into a low block and sat back, do you think you would have blitzed them?
No, bro. I think we would have. I think we could have been in trouble, bro. We had a problem, bro. Have you seen us against low blocks? We're horrendous.
I want to speak on this. I want to speak on this. So obviously, I've let you lot say what you want to say, right? So first and foremost, I can't believe that a man who's literally seen his team lose to Crystal Palace, lose to, who else did they lose to? Go life and death with Sheffield United. The guy that he lauded got spun at our ground, spun against Wolves. You are
talk about this game, man. Stop waffling.
I didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you. I'm going in chronological.
Talk about this game.
Hey! I didn't interrupt you. You mouthed off, right?
So don't deflect. Don't deflect. Don't deflect.
I just told you. I'm going in chronological. Stop interrupting me. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're going to try to distract me. Let him talk. You're not going to distract me. I'm going in chronological order. You are in no position to call any centre-back a bozo. You are literally Bozo United. You are Bochester United. Bozo Chester United. You are fucking dog shit. Hey, let me finish. You're literally, every single week, you're crying. There's snot in your nose. There's spits coming out your mouth. You're literally crying every single game you watch.
How is it relevant to this? How is this relevant to this?
Let me finish, please. Because
how is this relevant to this, though?
What you spoke? I didn't interrupt you. So let me speak. Yeah, I've sat here for 20 minutes, heard everyone analyze the game. My team played, right? You man have spoke, so let me speak. You are in no position to call anyone bozo. Your team are fucking dog shit. We lost the game 4-1, and our goal difference is still what, 4 times your goal difference? You've conceded more. Wow. We got wait. Let me finish. We got peppered 4-1 at home, and you're still below us. You're 8 points behind us. All this talk, Romero's this, Romero's that. You would think our defense has been being penetrated like no man's business. We've got what, 4 clean sheets out of 11 or 12 games this season. It's not even that deep. Romero was stupid today, absolutely. Romero has cuss words today. Romero has a bozo gene, but what you're not going to do is pretend that he's a bum, because the level that he's played at this season, it completely shits on anything I've seen at Man United. You are dog shit. You are absolutely dog shit. You have no say. Wait. You have no say in this equation.
What we do care is Romero is a liability. Yes or no? Romero is a liability. Can you admit that to the people now? Is Romero a liability, Toby?
Bro. Listen to me. Listen.
This is therapy for you right now.
Listen and listen clearly, right?
Is Romero a liability? Yes or no?
Stop spitting into your mic and stop derailing the show.
Liability?
Stop derailing the show, right? Because it's my turn to speak.
Derailing the show.
Stop derailing the show. When you
this is the fucking show.
When you spoke, I listened. So let me speak, and then you listen. It's your turn to listen. Because when you were sat over there giving your analysis on our player, I kept stum. So now we're talking about you. You, as I said, you're in no position to talk about Romero. Yes, Romero does have the tendency to be a liability. Yes, he has the bozo gene. I've said this a million times. But does that mean he's a bad player? No, he doesn't. Should he be flogged for tonight? Absolutely, he should, and he will. He will be flogged. He's being flogged by our entire fan base. But what you're not going to do is be disingenuous about his level as a defender or how he's played this season. That's not on. I'm not having it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And you of all people who loaded that midget shit centre back that can't win aerial duels, that can't defend big spaces, you can't talk. That's
what I said.
GRIZZ,
I said
GRIZZ,
Romero is a liability.
You spoke on Spurs. What's mad is we got battered 4-1. And our result isn't even the worst result this weekend. What does that say? We got battered 4-1, and our result isn't even the worst result this evening.
It definitely is, brother. It definitely is, brother.
I don't think it is. I don't think it
is. 4-1 at home to your rivals. We'll get onto
you soon. Don't worry, we'll get onto you soon.
Which ones? I'm interested. I mean, which ones are worse?
Easily Spurs. You're top of the league.
One result. And it's not your team. It's not your team, right? It's bottom right. It's bottom right. That result is hands down the worst result.
We'll get into that.
And we're going to speak. We're going to speak because obviously he's vocal. He's vocal. So we're going to speak. I'm not deflecting. Now to talk on Spurs. I agree with the assessment on Ange Postecoglou today in his manager in his second half. I agree with Romero costing us the game. I agree with Destiny lunging into tackles. It should have been red. I agree with most of everything that was said, with exception of Romero being a bum. I don't agree with that, right? We threw this game away because I was watching the game in the first half and I thought we're going to go 2-0 up here. And I even remember before the game went kamikaze, there was a fantastic piece of play. I think Son was marginally offside. Like if that was onside, that would have been Rap City. Fantastic goal from back to front. Like we were literally bopping them off the park. I don't even know what happened. Adrenaline, head loss, whatever you want. We threw that game. We absolutely threw that game. There's no two ways about it. Romero threw it for us. Even Destiny, I think he should have been sent off in the first half. But to be honest, in the second half, I can't even be too harsh on him being sent off because I felt like the tactic that we were playing meant that these defenders were under that type of pressure over and over. Eventually, it's going to crack. Eric Dyer came on. Eric Dyer is a bad centre-back. He actually did okay. Højbjerg did okay. But the problem is when we play such a high-risk game with two men off the pitch, there's so many holes that Chelsea could punch through. So we lost. I'll hold it. Like, for me, I'm not even angry at that result. Like, I hate Chelsea, but the anger that I normally have at losing to Chelsea, I don't have it. I just want my players to be fit. The Mickey injury, it's a big blow. That's my main concern. It's a big blow. It's a huge
massive
blow.
One. That's a massive one.
And it goes back to the point I've made throughout this season about why I keep batting away this title challenger talk, because we don't have the depth to be title contenders. We don't. All it takes is 2 to 3 injuries in key positions, and we're finito, right? And now we're going to see what's going to happen. Now we're going to see what's going to happen. So I look at our team now. Romero suspended for 3 games, which means he's going to miss Wolves, Aston Villa, and Man City. Mickey van der Ven, they're saying it's a significant blow, which means he's probably not going to be back for the foreseeable, right? Maddison has got an ankle injury. We don't know how long he's going to be injured for. It's big problems mounting for our team.
Are they both missing Man City? Romero and, well, definitely Van der Ven.
Romero's definitely missing it, and it's looking like, listen,
100%.
Mickey van der Ven was screaming, so he's probably going to miss the game. So,
100%.
like, we're going to see
that's a big blow for Van der Ven.
That's massive. What this team is made of. I don't really like Chelsea fans can dunk. Let Matisse have his moment in the sun. It's fine. They won 4-1. I get it. Spurs weren't going to be unbeaten anyway, but in the big picture, we're second. We're second on 26 points. It's not the end of the world. It's a painful loss in isolation, but it is not the end of the world. What will be the end of the world, potentially, is the injuries, right? If I look on Chelsea's performance, yes, Matisse is right. A better team flogged Spurs. I'm not even saying, oh, I'm proud of the team, etc., etc. Some players, they gave a valiant effort, but in all honesty, the way we were playing, it made it too easy for Chelsea to attack us. So for me, I don't really commend that. I can commend the effort that the boys put in, but fundamentally, the way we were set out in the second half was poor, and it's Ange Postecoglou's Achilles heel. So we got to take the good with the bad. We got to hold that. But Chelsea, mate, listen, I'm not even trying to come here on the salty. He's a salty Spurs fan. Generally, I'm not, because I've been one of the few that's given Pochettino credit this season that said they're not as bad as people are saying. But today, mate, they have serious problems. That Colwell guy that Chelsea fans keep gassing to the moon.
He shouldn't be at left back. No, he
absolutely
listen.
shocking.
He was poor.
Yeah,
but
so
Pochettino should have started. Pochettino
was...
should have played Cucurella, who's an aggressive, touch-tight left back, up against Kulusevski from the get-go. A lot of Chelsea fans were saying it pre-kickoff. We were saying it. We were like, listen, this is an odd decision. Tottenham don't have this overly tall, like, you know, airily threatening team. Like, it's, you know, it's average, it's normal. They're going to be a threat. Good set pieces from Maddison, but you don't need to play 3 centre backs lined up.
Mate,
with Chelsea, right?
The guy was just, sorry to interject you, but the guy was just spamming passes to no man's land.
Yeah, overcooked a whole heap. Listen,
it was not surprising that he got the half time. Enzo, listen, I like, again, another player that I like. I rate Enzo, but I keep asking with Matisse, like, when are we actually going to see Enzo pull together a string of consistent performances? Because this is yet another big game. Chelsea have won this game 4-1, and you still played shit against 9 men.
This is what I'm saying.
What the hell is that about?
It's very. If you told me on Sunday I'd be walking away from a 4-1 win at Tottenham, who are unbeaten in the form that we're in, and I'd still be disappointed with the performance, I mean, that just goes to show you goes to show you how mad the game was. The only thing I can take. Sorry, the only thing I can take from this game is I'm hoping that confidence levels are a little bit higher. But that is about it, because you guys. You have to analyze. Like, I really hope that after the adrenaline is settled, they go back tomorrow and review that and say, listen, we are seriously needing to improve. I've been saying for Manchester United all season, your performances don't deserve to be where you are. Like, you're not sustainable the way you're playing. People think, oh, it's salty. I'm gonna do the same thing with Chelsea. You're playing like that. Trust me, you ain't going nowhere up that table quickly. Playing like that, you need to fix those performances, because that was handed that was handed to you on a platter today, and it's still
the subs. Mudryk, one sec before you go. Mudryk, I thought he was rubbish when he
was awful as well when he came on. Yeah,
on our side, and the thing is, on our side, Pedro Porro, I thought this was probably his worst game for us this season. He looked like he could be there for the taking, and Mudryk against 9 men, I'm like, bro, like, you can't really get at Pedro Porro. And even very quickly, and Action Jackson, before you go in, Action Jackson is. Wow, I know.
You know what? How can you score a hat trick and have a dead game? It's crazy what you done.
This is what I'm saying.
He could have had more, man. He could have had a double.
I tried to give him grace. When Matisse was comparing him to Jesus, I said, smelly, but I know what you're trying to do here. I've tried to give him grace, but it's looking scary for him. He's very. I'm not even gonna go too in on him, but he's very, very raw. That's all I'll say. He's very raw. Like, mate. Chelsea are going nowhere fast if that's who's leading your line this season. And yeah, that's what I have to say.
Amongst the mayhem, amongst the carnage and mayhem, I know I was unsure and undecided on Vicario. And I know Toby's been speaking highly of him and whatnot.
Yeah,
Vicario was sensational today. Like, if it wasn't for Vicario's reading of the game, Vicario was your best centre-back, bro. Vicario was your best centre-back out there. He was so good. And some of the saves he pulled off, that could have been, I'm telling you guys, that could have been double figures. If you got, Toby, you was at the game. Go watch it. Go back and watch it.
I know, bro. He was a one-man machine, bro. He was
a one-man defensive line in that second half. Man,
I'm glad you pulled it up as well, because all this chat, it made me sidetrack from him. Like, we have made a superb signing, man. Honestly, that guy has come in and he is a big breath of fresh air. Like, for me, I think every single signing we've made this summer, for me, is a contender for signing of the season. I'm not even over exaggerating. The guy cost 17 million. He's made big save after big save every single game we've played this season. He's so good. Listen, if there's any solace I can take from that game beyond the tactics or whatever, it's him. Like he gives me confidence. Like him between the sticks, I'm like, okay, cool. We got a serious goalkeeper here. So big up to him, man. He was fantastic today.
And so was Sa. Again, for a young guy, he held it up. And I said, before that sending off, that was a show and a half from Spurs. But this is what makes you go mad at the likes of Romero, TOBS, at the likes of Udogie, because that would have been a whooping today. And it would have been a total different mood here. Total different mood.
Yeah. Now listen, to Chelsea, the scoreline is probably the only thing that they can celebrate, really. And you know what I mean? I know football's based on results, but that's about it, man. The performance, I think even Matisse will You know, 2 of the goals were on the break, you know what I mean? Tap-ins, really, you know what I mean? When Spurs went 2 at the back, basically. So I just don't know, man. Like, I can see Pochettino what he's trying to do. I understand, but the players are just incapable of the final third action. You know, no pun intended, but Action Jackson, man, he could have had a double hat-trick. But I think, was it the 4th goal he scored? I don't know, the 3rd goal he scored, then he missed one.
He could have had 6 goals today,
the first, literally.
Easily.
You know, Mudryk,
but how about
you can't really coach this.
Sterling was, bro. Look how many players. Like, look, if you actually go through the Chelsea team, Sterling poor, Mudryk poor, Colwell poor, Enzo poor. Like, you could go. The only players that played well for me was Silva, Caicedo. James was decent. I think James was pretty good.
I think the back line apart from Cole,
the back line apart from Cole, and then Palmer was okay. Everybody else was just, I mean, fuck me, man.
Yeah, but Sterling was atrocious. Like, his decision making was still like he's 17. It was like he's 17 still.
So bad. It was so bad. Like, it was actually
he's meant to be the experience.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Sterling 101 though. That man. That's the way he's always been. Sterling.
He wasn't getting peppered, but Chelsea, yeah.
And Cucurella, how did he not pass that tapping? Like, that could have cost you. I knew you were going to score in the end. I knew you were going to score in the end. That would have been embarrassing.
Nearly scored. I couldn't believe that. That was a crazy miss.
Yeah, wow. You know what? It looked like he shouldn't have gone with his head in the end. It looked like he should have.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
but he did it too. Like, you know, he should have went down, but he went down with it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But even the dire finish. Even the dire finish, it was close offside. Like, an attacker
should have kept his run. Should have kept his run.
I know, but defenders are not.
Man, I'm saying
keep the runs in it. Like,
man, I'm saying in the chat. Man, I'm saying in the chat, oh, Tobes, you rate Sterling. I do, but he was shit today. Like, what do you want to say?
Who?
They're saying, oh, Tobes, what? You don't rate Sterling in the chat? I do rate Sterling, but he was crap today.
For a long time. I don't think
he's
it's the right.
He's been up and down this season, man. I know GRIZZ is shaking his head and Turkish is shaking his head as well. But
bro, he's been shit. He's been shit since he's gone Chelsea, bro. Not just today. Let's be honest. Since he's gone Chelsea, he's been shit. It's not the day to talk about it. They won 4-1 away at Tottenham. It's you know, they're happy.
Yeah, he's not been a good signing in general, but I do think he's had some good performances this season. Today wasn't.
Yes, Luton, Burnley.
We said it.
Like that.
We said it.
The last thing I'll say, I just hope that the players and the manager review that and they bloody learn from it, because
Pochettino look fuming.
They should listen. You can do your Ronaldo celebrations and your shushing of the crowd, but when we get back to Southwest London, let's get serious. This was not it. Please do not think that you've won that 4-1 in a comfortable, correct way, because it wasn't that. But yeah, we'll take it and run. Take what we can get.
Bro, imagine it was 11 for 11, man.
Bro, we would have lost.
Crazy, man. You're right.
Tottenham whacked them if it's 11v11. Absolutely whacked them.
But you know
that's why Romero's team was so stupid. Because
that's what I mean.
Can I just say, do you know what?
What age is Romero? Is he one of the senior man in the squad? Is he
old?
Yeah, he is. Of course he is. He's a leader.
Captain. It's crazy, bro.
You know what's even worse? Do you know what's even worse?
Sometimes, sorry, Matisse. Sometimes, you don't know me. I love Romero, but like sometimes he will give you these moments, like Milan, where I'm like, "Yo, you might need to get punched up, man," because like, just why? Sorry, I'm not inciting violence again, but you get what I mean. Like we were in control, and then the game just went crazy, and he let the adrenaline of the game just course through his veins. He's been the one thing we've praised him for this season isn't just the fact that he's been so good defensively, but his temperament has been A1. It was only like a couple of weeks ago, that he had only had like one booking or something like that the entire season, and now like today was just like everything bad about Romero just came to fruition. Like this is Romero when he's really bad, and today it's just man, he's cost us. There's no excuse. He's cost us, bro. He cost us.
Do you know what made it worse is the fact that you were 1-0 up, and it was similar to Arsenal going 2-0 up at Anfield, even though obviously there was away. But it's like you just gave us all of the momentum, even though you're at home. Like you didn't need to. You're in control. You're winning the game. You're dominating physically, mentally. You're winning all the battles, and then you just get randomly Bozo Gene sent off, and then you just bring us into it. Like we were getting better, but we've had good spells before. That is not fooling nobody. We get little good 20 minutes. It doesn't really mean anything. Let's put the ball in the back of the net, which we clearly wasn't going to do unless we were given a penalty and then you guys went down to 9 men. We could have played well in this game and still lost. So
are we talking about 5 goals disallowed though? Is that true?
Yeah, bro. The amount of shouting. VAR spot on today. Brilliant.
I was
honestly,
just going to say,
yeah,
I was just going to say, can we all agree that all the decisions were right?
Really good for me. Yeah, really good.
Really? That wasn't a red card from Udogie, that first challenge?
Oh, you mean that red card?
That one, that one
card, yeah. But even the Romero first one, he could have got a red card. But I think what's his name? Colwell kind of made it like, you know, he didn't make it like so. He could have went down.
The kick out, yeah?
Yeah, the kick out one. Yeah, the kick out.
How's that not red card?
I think because neither really made that contact. That I think he didn't want to. I get those kind of ones. You don't want to fuck the game up because it's a soft one. Whereas the Romero and Enzo one was kind of like, that's not soft.
Yeah. But he didn't learn though. That was when it was a hot moment. Like, yo, be low key, man. You're already hot. Like, just relax. And then he just that. That's why I just say, man, he's a bozo and he's a liability. But people don't want to hear it. So they must feel.
It's cool. It's all good.
Look at him. He's already yapping, man. Relax, bro. Relax.
Do you know what's
anyway, but the Romero segment's done.
Yeah, it is done. But what my last point in this is, you keep saying those who don't hear must feel. We've literally been trying to get you to hear, and now you are feeling. You are crying every week. You of all people know what that feels like. You're literally crying.
You know when a person's rattled, yeah, they go on to
I'm not rattled.
That's bro, when you know this guy's rattled. We're talking about United. Bro. Just say you're rattled. Just say you're rattled.
I promise you, on my life, I'm not rattled. I'm speaking facts. I said, you keep saying those who don't hear must feel. You should apply that to your life because that's literally.
You know why we don't apply that? You know why I don't apply that to my life? We're going to talk about United.
I'm not. But me saying this,
I'm telling you about Romero, brother. Romero.
Yeah, I get that.
We're talking about.
Yeah, but it's the phrase that you're using. Those who don't hear must feel. You are literally the living embodiment of that. That is you. You are literally feeling.
Listen,
we're going to move on from Romero. Just calm. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Calm down.
I'm calm. Why am I telling me calm? I'm calm, bro.
I'll tell you why I'm telling you calm. No, I'm telling you calm because we should be celebrating that he got the fucking phrase right. I'm loving it.
Exactly. You should be celebrating that, man.
Bro, we should be celebrating that, bro.
Yeah,
the progress is crazy. The progress is
crazy.
Yeah,
man. Progress is crazy. Come on, man. 100% record now. 100% record. It can only go up from here. Come on.
Attack the week. People follow us on the socials at the Big Six Show, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Come on, show us some love there too. We're on Twitch as well. We passed 1,000 on Twitch, so big up everyone that's following us on Twitch. Matisse, we've got to get that co-op seasons lined up real soon, so keep that in mind. We've passed 1,000 now, so I think it's time to get it started. People, make sure you're following us on all those platforms too. Super chat time, but before super chat time, 10.2, 10.3k in the building. So big up everyone that's watching live right now. We've already passed 2,000 likes. Usually I ask for 1,000, then I ask for 2,000. We've passed 2,000. There's over 10k in the building. Hit the like button, people. Let's try and get to 4 5k. I think that's fair. 4 5k. Why not?
And all should be subscribed as well, right? All should be subscribed.
Big up,
surely, right?
Yeah.
You know, road to 50k. Road to 50k.
Come on. We need to hit 50k, man. Come on.
Make sure you subscribe, people. It's just there. The subscribe button is just there. It's free. Subscribe. Put the notification bell on as well. That'll let you know when videos are lined up. We try and let you know as early as possible on the socials. But obviously, it helps if you're subscribed here with the notification bell on. Super chats, we've got over 60. I hope to get as many as possible in. All right now related to Tottenham Chelsea. Anything other than Tottenham Chelsea, I'll save for the other segments. But big up everyone that's sent in super chats. Let's see. BP says, hate both of them, but Tobes, if you think Romero is better than Martinez, then you're smoking the finest, my friend. Straight in there. Wait, let me just get it. Okay, cool. Toby has rubbish comebacks. This segment is about Spurs losing and Romero being sent off, and Tobe starts talking about United for no reason.
We don't need to respond. We don't need to respond to each one.
I'm not responding.
We know.
But you can to some, obviously, when you're ready, innit? Because,
when you're ready.
When he's not rattled, man, he'll respond to them. Yeah.
Tony Stark says, "Is it outrageous to strip him of vice captaincy?"
No, we shouldn't. Is it outrageous? Yeah, it is outrageous.
Ooh, make sure you pay your debts, Tobes.
I don't think these know how fair play works. You know, you have to pay.
True, you know. People, you know what? That's a perfect reminder. Obviously, fair play. Let me just take this chat away for a sec. Big up Dan for the super chat. Fair play's there, bottom left corner. QR code comes on screen every once in a while. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the live chat. On fair play, rather than Matisse have to run down TOBS for the money, all that has to happen is when Matisse accepts the bet, which he hasn't done yet because TOBS last minute put it up, and apparently that's the reason. When he accepts the bet, he wins the bet. That's what you do, people. If you want to bet someone, one of your mates in everyday life, it happens all the time. You both put your money on the app, and when the winner's decided, you get the winnings. Simple as that, people. So, yeah, Matisse doesn't have to run TOBS down for the money, but he has to do something. He has to do something. Find out next time. Big Six. What day is it? Monday. We're back on Friday, people. I know usually Thursdays. Apologies, but we're back on Friday. So yeah, find out then if Matisse has his money. Nothing says contact is not necessary for a challenge to be serious foul play. A shot that narrowly misses still endangers safety. Judge actions, not outcomes. Only sending this one for my boy Matisse. We've been through enough. Up the Chelsea. And Rahan says it's going around that recent Enzo wanted to change the system. Poch might be on the brink of losing the players with these poor tactics already. Ali says, HUGH. Actually, let me save this one because this is a good one. I like that. That's how we can move on to the Man City segment. Spurs are one injury away from having to play the Dudley boys in defense again. Bozo FC. And Adeleki says, Toby was saying Romero was better than our centre-backs, not realising he's comparing world-class Romero to Maguire and Evans. Brazy head loss. Jiva says, Chelsea fans that want to get onto Nicholas Jackson and give others much more time to settle need to calmer. Back your players and give credit where it's due. Big up Mo. Hope you're good, my guy. Can we get a skullfuggery video of all this? Oh, I should have saved this, but I've got it in now. All the Saeedisms we've heard on the Big Six. Quote, throw in the kitchen towel. Quote, the curtains are on the wall. Mad in the dunya. Saeed is a gem. Big up to you all. I started on Insta, Twitter. It started at the Big Six show, but I think at the end of the season, that is something that skullfuggery can put together. So if he does, it'll be out right here. Not if he does. I know he's going to do that. I know skullfuggery. He's already lined that up, but big up Mo. Hope you're well. Let's keep it moving. TOBS, careful. This road rage. This is the road rage that got Romero sent packing. Spurs fans, can you shut up for 1 minute? Karma is a you-know-what. Hold that. Big up TOBS and the rest of the panel. That was some Indian Scouser. Let me save that one there. Can you all show where TOBS' place is? Get in the bin. Big up Matisse, HUGH, Turkish GRIZZ, Saeed, but not TOBS. Not today, brother. Get in the bin once again. Chelsea logo in the DP. So we know who he supports. Ned says, with that being said, Toby, never say Romero's better than Martinez again. Romero is absolutely rubbish, I tell you. What's GWS?
It's crazy because it's mad. I think maybe because he's injured, that's why he's escaping heat. But it's funny how some of these United fans are forgetting how crazy Martinez was looking before his injuries this season. But it's fine. Let's continue.
What's GWS though?
I don't know. Good.
Not sure.
You might be just saying like big up to Lavelle or something.
GWS. Get well soon. Get
well soon. Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Big up, Ledu.
Hughie should know that, man. You're the young.
I'm out of the loop, people. I'm out of the loop. Adam says, can someone find Tottenham a trophy? Looking for one. At this point, we need 2 managers. Conte subs in for Ange when we get a red card. Genghis Goon says, what a last few days it's been. Toby singing, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Liverpool struggling against the community team, and Ten Hag going from Walter White to I'm going to lose my job guy. We're going to get through it all, people. Still very early. Still under an hour. Still
picture's mad.
Oh, yeah. Who's that? Tommy and Salah.
That's crazy.
How does it make any sense, though?
It doesn't at all.
I don't know. That's why it's random. I don't know why.
That came out last year. Remember when Tomiyasu played at left back the first time?
Fair.
Shami says Spurs played good with 9 men. Andrew's right. That's my manager, the GOAT. Spurs had chances and pride. You don't want Conte Jose ball, it's dead. And Burko says Jackson is trash. Seen Mudryk try to cross a ball, went behind the stands. Wonder if he saw the keeper off the line today. Spurs with 10 men win.
Would you have been confident even with 10 men, Toby?
I would have been more confident.
If you had one extra,
because we were still in the game, even though like we were playing a very risky tactic, we were still in the game, courtesy of Vicario. Right, I would have been a bit more confident with 10 men. I can't lie, but once it went down to 9,
probably,
it was like,
that's how I felt against. That's how I felt against.
Once it's 9, it's like there's just too much space to cover.
It's too much. Pitch, man.
The way we were playing, it was just too much ground for our players.
Yeah. 10 men, says, maybe.
Yeah, probably, to be honest. Mubsy says, I'm glad TOBS is getting humbled after all that talk about United before the Manchester derby. Also laughing at Liverpool for struggling against Luton and Arsenal in the mud too. City still a small club. Throws that in there as well. Ali says, love.
Who's that geezer support? Then he's cussed everyone.
He don't support, he hates.
Yeah, I think he hates.
Maybe
that's Chelsea. Must be.
Ali says, love gunning for TOBS, but gotta keep it real. Chicken heads come out better than Chelsea. Romero is world class though, innit, TOBS? Gremlin, hush yourself. We know your pants got skid marks. Chelsea Prang versus 9 man. Got a hell of a lot of super chats here. I'm going to keep it moving shortly, people. I think I'm going to give it a little while more. Still 10k here, and then we'll keep it moving. That one's on Arsenal, so I'll save that. Spurs lost the plot after 15 minutes. Melted once Chelsea started making chances and started kicking out. Played like school kids in the second half with a high line. Spurs versus Newcastle will be good, though. WWF versus WCW in brackets.
That's jokes.
Big up Hugh, Big Ange, and the panel. Matisse, your Chelsea barely scraped by against 9. And clown fans talking with chest. Can't wait till my citizens roll up and clap them. Chelsea cheeks. City Glazers 10 more years. Big up Roberto,
you know
man.
what? I reckon us with 9 men still would have beaten Chelsea tonight.
That's
brother, please.
I still make you favourites.
Brother, you live a different life. Please don't involve yourself in this battle down here, man. Just allow it, man. We already know you're.
He said don't involve in the mid-off.
Yeah, man. What do you get out of like picking on the guys down at the bottom of the screen, bro? Just live your life, man. Do you know what I mean?
I know what they say, man. I'm just giving my 2 pence.
Man's experimenting, you know. Man's experimenting, you know. Man's just like, yo. Yeah, we can just,
man, what was it? 6-1, Doku 4 assists, was it, bro? Please, we don't live the same life right now.
Is it next week? Is it next week? Is it the next week?
Yeah.
That's for Thursday, or Friday. Sorry. Yeah, give me time.
Interesting.
Tim says, I knew the moment TOBS said he was biking to the game with a helmet and latex that they'd eat an L. Tapping TOBS quickly turned into hashtag cycling TOBS.
These weird, some of these people have some really weird minds, man. It's weird. Man said latex. Are you? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking now, because if I
just allow it.
I'll be suspended.
The guy just said you wear latex. Calm down, bro.
Mate, he needs his hard drive checked, bro. That's crazy. What the hell?
Cool. Just says big up Turkish and the panel. Toby, Matisse, Romero, Jackson, Poch. You just couldn't write it, or did Skull write it? This could break the internet. Listen, if Skull had more time, if there wasn't Champions League tomorrow, I probably would have scheduled this one tomorrow, to be honest, just to give Skull more time to get something ready. But unfortunately, no time. We brought you the show instead, so hit the like button. And you know what? We're going to keep it moving. 55 minutes in. I know there's a lot of super chats, still 40 plus there. Some not necessarily on the subject. Actually, before I keep it moving, I want to get this one in from LFC 87 saying, love for the love, guys. Best watch by far. Love you, Grizz. Tex, Matisse, Hughie, TOBS, and I suppose that Saeed guy. Keep it up. And he says, you'll never walk alone. Big up, man. Love for the love, as always, people. Big up LFC 87 there. Love for the super chat as well, the support. Like I said, super chat, it goes back into the show, people, the brand, the other content and whatnot. So big up everyone. Apologies if it doesn't get read out. I'll try to put them on the screen at relevant times as well. But yeah, we appreciate it. Same way. This was the one I wanted to get in. Ali said, Hugh sat there quiet, celebrating inside, thinking, I've never been certain of winning the league as early as November before. You are top of the league. And usually we wait till the end of the show for this kind of bit here because it was an easy win. But is that how you're feeling, Hugh, at the moment? Is it because you're back to the top? Arsenal and Tottenham have both lost. We'll get into Arsenal shortly. Are you feeling, as confident as ever that you're gonna? Because you said you're gonna walk away with it this year. Are you still feeling that way?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I believe it will. Like we're 4 points better off now than we were after this fixture last season, and I don't think anybody is as convincing looking as Arsenal were last season, if that makes sense. At this point last season, you know what I mean? I think Tottenham were that kind of team, the surprise kids on the block. You know what I mean? The new kid in school who's actually good at football, and everyone's like, "Whoa, no one expected that." But they've had their bit of a downfall today. And then, of course, TOBS referenced the, couple serious injuries and they won't be able to hack it. So I think Tottenham will fall off down the pack slightly. I don't think Arsenal have the consistency to keep up with us. I don't think Liverpool do either. And top right and bottom left certainly don't. So I just think the way we're playing football, and we still have Kevin De Bruyne to come back. You know what I mean? When you see Kevin De Bruyne come back, playing with Doku out there, Haaland up front, 4-peat's coming. 4-peat's coming. I'm more confident about winning this league than I was about winning last league. So yeah, listen, I just watched us smoke Bournemouth 6-1 the weekend. Maybe Bournemouth, but we scored 6 goals with Haaland or Alvarez scoring either. You know what I mean? And then Jeremy Doku comes from Stade Rennais or wherever it was and dunks a goal and 4 assists in a game like that. And we had GRIZZ cooking against Young Boys Paws last week, and GRIZZ cooking against United and Old Trafford last week. So that's 2 pretty good left wing options when they're on form. Listen, we're in a good place, man.
Bernardo Silva was brilliant as well. Like
Bernardo
this guy
Silva
is
a silly
always,
bro.
When does
he's
he
a
have
baller,
games?
bro.
Wait, sorry, no way are we talking about Man City demolishing Bournemouth now? Is that what we're doing? I just want to know. Is that what we're doing?
You lose one game, and you want to move on from title talk.
Oh shit!
No.
He's coming for Turkish. He's going for Turkish.
I'm all for title talk.
I don't think he said one result has irked him more than another earlier, so I don't think he's necessarily trying to come for me.
No, I'm not trying to come for anyone. I'm saying I can't believe we're talking about Man City battering.
You know what TOBS' problem is? He's a hater. He just wants negativity. He just wants to lose the team to talk all the time. You know what? Sometimes it's nice, TOBS, in life to just listen to someone be happy. Why do we have to go on to the team that lost every time? Why does it have to be the lose? Why can't I just be Hugh's happy? Let Hugh talk happy.
Yeah. I want you to be happy.
I'm a happy guy, man. I'm a happy guy.
My point is there's less to talk about in the Man City game because that was an expected result.
Yeah, for you, because you a hater, bro. You a hater. For you.
No. I'm talking in general. There's way more
100%. There's less to talk about. 100%. But since we're here and just because it's here, it doesn't mean there's more to talk about. It's only Doku really that we're all gonna have a word on, and then we keep it moving.
Yeah, Doku. Look. Let's just talk about Doku because we know all the usual names are there, innit? Yeah, Silva, we know he's been doing it season upon season. I was fuming that Alvarez didn't do anything because I had him in my FPL, and obviously many men and women captained Haaland in the FPL. But this Doku character, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wanted him as a Sadio Mane replacement a couple of seasons ago. That's how much I rate this kid. I've had my eye on him for ages. He's sensational. I'm going out on a limb and saying, in my opinion, just my opinion, I think he's the best one-on-one winger in world football right now. One-on-one, Jeremy Doku.
Wow.
He's insane. He can go right.
Better Mbappe.
One-on-one, dribbling right now. Vinicius not in form, bro. Vinicius been scrappy for.
Mbappe's still there. Mbappe's still there.
Mbappe's not a dribbler. Mbappe's boom gone. Doku is a dribbler. Doku's got the control Doku has when he's dribbling is another level right now. Left foot, right foot. He can play wide.
Sane as well. Sane's there. Did you watch him this weekend?
Doku is up there.
Sane, bro, this weekend. I don't know if you watched him, man. My man's still doing bits.
Balling out. Doku is ridiculous right now. He is.
No, you give it flowers. Yeah, he's
saying Maxim. He's saying Maxim on roids, bro. This guy. You know, saying Maxim, and he was like everyone that dazzled. This guy's got end product as well. And that first move he done, I don't know if it was a goal. Like, was it a deflection with the shot? Because that 1-2 he played.
No, it was clean strike.
I mean, that's a ridiculous goal. Look at that, out of nothing on the edge of the box. And if Man City could get better, it was goals like that out of the blue where they don't need a constructed 50 pass move.
Because
they add that to that as well. Everyone's in trouble.
He's chaotic.
He's 21 years old. Sorry, go on, Hugh.
Sorry, Todd. No, you go on. You're first.
I was just gonna say, no, like he's a problem, man. Like Jeremy Doku, I remember when Man City signed him, all I could think of is this is literally the player, the type of player that I think Spurs would kill for right now in our system. Someone who can just get the ball and just burn the opposition. And sorry to take it back to this, but I just have to. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
21 years. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it.
Don't let
I'm gonna say it. 21 years old, and the stuff that we were asking Jack Grealish to do, we were told, oh my God, no, that's just how Pep wants Jack Grealish to play. And yet Jeremy Doku at 21 years
old. No, don't do this. Don't go back to Jack Grealish.
No, I'm going to say it.
Shit.
And it's the truth, though.
Let me sip my drink.
He's told Jack Grealish, hold my drink. I'm going to do left wing like how left wing should be done. Let's be real. Let's be real. Does anyone deny it? Does anybody deny what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna go first.
Jack Grealish did left wing pretty decent in Old Trafford last week. I can't lie.
No, I'm gonna say let Hughie have this. I'm gonna let Hughie have the most say because obviously it's his team. But what I'm gonna say is it's different horses. It's horses for horses. It's true. Grealish plays it different. Tobes.
100 million great British pounds. Don't tell me about no horses for courses. I don't
forget
care.
The price. I'm not interested in the price.
I don't care. Sorry, I don't care about no horses for courses.
You go up into Harrods. You don't care about the price tag. I respect it.
I defend
£50 lunch. Don't care.
Oh man, forget man. I defend other teams. I defend other teams.
I'm done. Let's praise Doku. Let me not get on Grealish. Let's praise Doku because Doku's cold. And Bernardo Silva, when he turns it on, he is just he's different class, man. He's different class. Yeah.
Look, right on the Doku thing. I think Doku's fantastic, and I think he's the one chain in our armor that we were missing, if that makes sense. I think our wingers for a long time now, since Sané and Sterling, have been methodical. Like Grealish is all about being methodical, about keeping the play, retention, winning fouls, keeping it toes, man. Come on, allow it. Ticking over. And that's been effective. You know what I mean? It was integral to us winning the treble. But there were certain games last season where being methodical and calculated wasn't going to do it. You know, off the top of my head, you away and Nottingham Forest away, it wasn't going to do it. Doku comes in and brings chaos. He brings chaos. And the thing with Doku is, go for it.
Hand on heart, yeah. If for the next 3 years you know you're going to win 2 out of the next 3 titles, who would you want your left winger to be for the next 3 years, knowing that regardless who you choose, it's going to be 2 or 3 league titles, knowing that you're still going to compete for Champions Leagues and potentially win another one? It's not going to change anything. Who would you want as a fan of football or fan of Man City, Doku or Grealish for the next 3 years?
Doku.
What more exciting?
Because Doku, as a football fan, I get it. It's pleasing on the eye. It's exciting, gets you off your seat. But the only reason I give Grealish his props and constantly reference how important he is because it's effective. It may not be as exciting. It may not give you the same chills and wow factor as Doku, but it is effective. And my point was, last season when we were too methodical and I wasn't breaking teams down, it wasn't working, we weren't scoring the goals we wanted to, we needed someone like a Doku or a prime Sané or a prime Sterling back in the day who'd get in behind, be explosive, take on a fullback. And that's now what Doku's done. So we now have both options, and you saw both options in the last 7 days in full effect. You saw Grealish absolutely slam it in Old Trafford, and you saw Doku absolutely cook against Bournemouth on the weekend. My point is, as a City fan, I'm not here sizing them both up going, well, Doku's great, so Grealish must be shit, and vice versa. Yeah. I've made this clear since Doku arrived. They can both impact the same game positively, and they have. Grealish, fantastic in Old Trafford. Then Doku came on and took the piss out of Anthony. Do you know what I mean? They both had a positive impact for different reasons because they offer totally different things. But the thing with Doku, like I was saying, was he's nowhere near the final product. Whilst what he's putting, the output he's putting up against teams like Bournemouth, I think he might have got one against Brighton or recently as well. It's great. His first touch is a bit off at times. His decision-making is a bit off at times, but that's something he's going to get under Pep Guardiola. So what you see now is nowhere near the final product. 2 fantastic options, man. And he was the man of the weekend for me against Bournemouth. You know what I mean? 4 assists. That's pretty. I think he's got more GNA than one of the Man United front three since they joined Man United. There's some mad stat I saw, but I'll get back to you on that one. No, I'll get back to you on that one. It might be Anthony. Yeah, it might be Anthony.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, big up Doku.
I think it is Anthony. Yeah, he's got more GA than Anthony has in his whole United career or something like that. The league.
Yeah. Uncomfortable conversations, man. Uncomfortable.
We moved. We moved. No, I'm actually glad that Pep's brought in Doku, because listen, as much as I rate Pep, and as much as he's one of the greatest managers ever, at times I look at the way football is now and in comparison to what I knew it for before, and I always talk about, I think the quality is not what it once was. Maybe the sports science side of it, but the street ball culture has been lost over the years, and I think a lot of that is down to Pep at the same time. So bringing Doku in, a lot of managers copy Pep and they look up to Pep. So I like that he's brought him in now, because it's time for us to get these exciting players back again. The ones that you can't put in you can't tell him what to do in a system too much, because
Doku's mad.
He's exciting. He's
we're missing that. We're missing that in the game, man. We're missing that in the game. Let wingers be wingers, man. Let them flourish, man. Too much attached to the system and whatnot. Let them do what they got to do, man. He's an old school winger, man.
Sancho, Anthony, Woodman, Langer,
Mudryk.
There's a bear players.
100 million euros.
I wonder why your players couldn't do that against Luton. I wonder why. Oh, sorry, we'll get onto that now. Sorry,
we ain't got them type of mad ones. What you're talking about? The new ones.
We got old school. Salah. We got
old school goal scorers, man. We could get to it. Premature ejaculation again, innit? Premature, innit, Jace?
We've got a few.
Premature, innit?
We've got a few super chats in on the Man City stuff. Ozzy says City with the best defense and the best attack in the league statistically. Only games we lost are without Rodri.
Yeah, well, I mean, just on that point, I think what Toby said about Tottenham, even though it's at a slightly lower level, with all due respect, it is applicable to Man City as well. In that game against Bournemouth, when Stones and Rodri both came off, there was definitely a loss in control, definitely a loss in domination. So keeping both of them fit and firing, that's crucial to me. Still feeling like we're gonna walk this league. You know what I mean?
What was the Haaland halftime sub? I didn't even.
Yeah, he's calm, man. He trained today. He's grand.
Oh, flip's sake. So he's fit.
Great. He's finished by
we got Man City in 3 match days, man.
3 match days. I got them next match day, bro.
I swear, shit.
Yeah, that's why we needed to win today, because we got them at Stamford Bridge next week.
And I'm sure you'll be there for mine. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We will be there.
We will all be there. GRIZZ, calm down on Doku. They have not started kicking him yet, like Saka.
Do you know what? That was a point I made on DR earlier. Like Doku, as well as he's doing great, but he's not had the Premier League tax yet of like consistently getting kicked.
They can't catch him. They can't catch him. You can't kick him.
They can't catch him. The only way to catch him is to kick him.
They can't catch him. They will catch him.
Can't hit with the eyes.
They will catch him. What do you believe? They'll find a way.
If it's Romero, they'll find the fucking way.
Bro, let Romero on and watch.
Let him land.
What I will say to that is he's come from the France league, which is a very physical league.
Yeah,
very physical.
Yeah, I know.
People like Hazard, isn't it?
Good. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah, exactly. So he's used
like
to
Hazard, both Belgium as well. Yeah, I see it.
I would say Anthony had a good swipe at him last week and didn't do much damage. You know what I'm
saying? That's not a serious individual. Don't worry about that.
It was still a swipe, and he still got up. So,
Puskas says Doku Grealish debate might be the most tired discussion in football today. They're both amazing wingers that serve different purposes. Why is it even a conversation?
Spot on. Yeah,
but what might be a conversation is what we kind of discussed today, where which style of winger do you prefer? Because that is a very valid conversation to have. It's not necessarily about an individual. Sometimes people like to protect the individuals a bit, whereas I'm more talking about their style of play when I'm posing the question, because they are very different. And they do very different
when you ask the question, because I think anybody who's a football fan of the beautiful game, you'll always pick Doku, because I get it. He's exciting. He gets me off my seat. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Grealish does the system thing, and the system thing's been effective, but spice it up, and we've now spiced it up. So wasn't
100%. We're gonna keep it moving. Hour 10 minutes, 9.3k here. How many likes are we on? We're 49 away from 3,000 likes. So I'm sure we'll hit 3,000 in the next 10 seconds or so. Make it happen, people. road to 4,000 likes, because we still got a little while left, and a few fixtures to talk about, some surprise results and tasty fixtures in general, or tasty results in general, to be honest. But before we do move on to the next one, big up Fair Play, the sponsor. There's a QR code on the screen. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the live chat. I just mentioned earlier, I want to mention it again. There's an FC24 giveaway link to it this time round. Sign up, 2-3 minutes. It's not long. It's easy. Use the link. They'll know you're coming through us. Use the promo code BIG6, BIG6IX. You'll get a free £5 bet. When you make a bet, screenshot it, send it to us on the socials at the Big Six Show, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whichever one you want to do. We'll make sure we check it. Screenshot it, and then you're in with a chance to win an FC24 code, whether it's PS5 or Xbox, whatever it is. Next Monday, we'll sort that out. So do that over the next 7 days, and you're in with a chance to win FC24 as well. Why not? Tobes, I don't know where he's gone, but luckily the Tottenham segment is over. But we will keep it moving. Which one do we move on to next?
Liverpool.
I thought so, but if I said it, people might think, oh, is that what
yeah, because Arsenal, I know, but Liverpool.
No, the bigger game was Arsenal Newcastle, but we can skip Liverpool very quickly.
Bro, Luton Town.
Very quickly.
What?
Embarrassing, man. Embarrassing.
You said something earlier. GRIZZ. Yeah, you said everyone captain Haaland. I wanted to say it then, but I'm going to say it now. You know who I captained, right?
Why did you do that, man? Why don't you ask me these things?
Broski. Luton away, bro.
Nah, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
I told you. I said
we average 3-4-0.
Everybody said minimum 3-4-0.
I know you lot don't know ball, innit? What can I say? I told you lot, Luton at home will take a scalp of one of the big boys. I hope it's not us. We were 10 minutes away, wherever it was, from it being us. It was a horrible result. It was an awful performance. But if you lot want me to sit here and lose my head with one defeat in 23 games, and that was to 9 men, I'm not going to do it. As much as you're going to try bait me and talk to me down, I'm not having it. It was disgusting.
I do want you to talk on Nunes, though.
Yeah, it was a disgusting.
You were very quick to tweet on the Big Six account. Oh, Noodles, he's calling him shit. And then my brother is out here fly kicking shots from open goals.
What do you want to know about Nunes?
Talk to me about this, brother.
Let me tell you about Nunes. Nunes was the most.
Where do you stand? Because it seems to be fluctuating.
No, it doesn't. I keep the same story. I told you, lot, he's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. There's going to be weeks where he infuriates you, but he wasn't the worst striker on our pitch. Mohamed Salah and Jota were worse. They were far worse. If it wasn't this guy wouldn't even had those chances. Let me tell you some facts, boring facts, but these are facts. Darwin Núñez has 10 missed chances, big chance misses this season. Haaland has 11. Watkins has 11. Núñez has 9 goals and assists in 500 minutes.
He's not
happy for Luton.
He's like, yo, what are you picking me for?
I'm just giving you some facts. But he's gonna be talked about the most because it is what it is, isn't it? I'm telling you, this guy.
He should have scored. He should have scored that goal. He should have scored that chance.
It was offside.
That's why we talk about him.
100% he should have scored. 100%. But he wasn't the worst. Mohamed Salah had the worst.
So do you have the conversion to big chances created as well?
9 goals and assists in 500 minutes. That's half the minutes of Watkins and Haaland, who have 3 and 4 more than him, respectively. But listen,
okay, that's fine.
But at the end of the day, there's no excusing that miss. There's no excusing that miss. His other shots were struck. I don't know if you watched the game or you're just going by Twitter, because you lot do go by Twitter. If you actually watch the game, he had.
No, but we read your tweets.
You know what?
Because you know what it is.
GRIZZ,
you keep us entertained.
I was covering F1 because I just assumed you'd win. Assumed you'd win.
Bro, we had chance after chance after chance. We couldn't put it away, and my home team nearly beat my club team. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win for the GRIZZ.
Are you a bit emotional? Are you a bit emotional? Wow. Are you like here and there?
That's moving like Poch.
No, I'm not emotional.
Yeah,
I wanted Liverpool to win. I definitely supporting Liverpool. There was no Luton bias in there. But I knew they're going to have a day out against one of the big boys. I was praying it's not going to be us. Remember I said to you, look, they're going to take a scalp of a big boy before the end of the season at home. And it was very, very nearly us. Thank the Lord. Of course, big up Luis Diaz. It was his own decision to play. What he must be going through is a whole heap of madness that none of us can.
What is happening?
So basically, his parents were kidnapped. His mother was returned. His father still not been released. Things are looking positive. He himself said he wanted to train this week just to get his mind off the madness And then he said, I'm ready if you need me. Klopp didn't want to use him, but our strikers and forwards were so pants that he had to turn to Diaz in the last 10 minutes. And Diaz got the goal. It was a beautiful moment for Diaz. Beautiful moment for Diaz, but I wasn't celebrating it. I wasn't all hyped. The performance stank. But as I said, I'm not gonna lose my rag yet because it's literally.
No, I don't think you should do. But the thing is,
I don't. It's one defeat in 23. One defeat in 23 games, and that was. Let me finish in it. One, because these are facts. You're gonna come with waffle. I'm gonna come with facts. One defeat in 23 games, and that was to.
You haven't heard it.
I'm not gonna lose my rag. It doesn't matter.
But you know what it is? I don't want this type of copium. I don't want this type of copium though. I just want to know that, you know what, like when you look at it, I get it. It's, you know, wherever you one loss in 23, but
it's not copium. We're 3 points behind the best team in the country.
No, but I get it. I don't want that copium. I want you to understand that you cannot be dropping points at Luton.
GRIZZ, so
you cannot be dropping points at Luton. That's the biggest thing you talk about here.
I agree with you. So what do you do about it? I agree with you.
Saeed's point is fair because it's like
it's not fair. It's not copium. I'm calling out the performance.
It's not okay. Fine, it's not copium.
We're 3 points behind Man City.
No, I agree.
And we just said they're the best team by margin.
Was this the type of analysis that we got on GRIZZ TV channel? GRIZZ Con TV? Did we see?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Did we get that type of analysis? I know because I don't think we did.
I don't think we did.
I don't know why he's doing this because it's like, this is a disgraceful result for Liverpool FC.
Really, it's a disgrace.
So let's just have it right, yeah, please.
I said that.
You guys, yeah, okay, wait 1 sec. You guys should have won the game. You should have won the game. You had enough chances to win the game. It wasn't your best performance, but you created more than enough to win that game of football. One man in particular cost you in that game, right? But the point is
no chance. It was all of them. The midfield. Yes, my boy Szoboszlai had his worst game. He was
I was about to get onto him. But ultimately,
what for?
What do you mean? What for? I'm talking about the game, and you just
keep getting onto him. Why are you getting onto him,
man? Let him land, man. Let him land.
Why should I let him land? Why?
Wait.
Listen,
you're not allowed to land that plane. We're not flying. GRIZZ said he's not flying. You're not landing shit.
GRIZZ is like air traffic control, man.
Bro, he said that the runway is closed, bro. Runway closed.
He says there's fog in the air. You cannot fly.
I'm the pilot.
Who's the pilot of this shit?
So the thing is, I said again,
show me your badges.
You don't let people land, right? Darwin Núñez, he had the bulk of your chances, and he missed a chance that should literally be unmissable, bro. Unmissable chance. Crazy, and that could have been the difference between 3 points and 1 point. Yes, Szoboszlai was poor. He had his worst game in the Liverpool shirt from the games I've seen and was substituted. He was hooked. Yes, I get it. Yes, you gave Luton maybe more openings in transition than you probably should have. But all I'm saying is this: that result, you may think, okay, cool, grand scheme of things, it's not.
No, I agree with you.
But it is. That's why I said what I said about Spurs, right? Like that Luton result is a disgraceful result. Like even if that was my team, even with 10 men, I would have been disappointed if Spurs lost or dropped points or got any sort of points dropped against Luton because they are so far below the standard from Liverpool. That should be a cakewalk. I'm sorry. I couldn't even name you their starting 11. I couldn't even name you their starting 11. They are not a good
man. I agree with you.
I say this, and I actually think relative to their quality, that's probably the best I've seen Luton this season.
Right?
But still
organized.
You have to put those teams away, man. And the thing is, it may not be a big deal now, but ultimately, these are the teams that tripped you guys up last season. And if you're going up against Man City, who are this juggernaut that you keep saying, oh, you need to be at this standard, you cannot be dropping points to Luton. Sorry, there's no way you can wash it.
No need to be sorry. No need to be sorry. I agree with everything that you've said. And I think you missed it because you went offline. But I said exactly that at the start. But yeah, it is what it is, man. 100%. We will. None of that is false. Everything that you've said there, I agree with. But we still didn't lose. We still managed to scrape a point with the worst awful performance against the worst team in the league. Last season, we lost that. So, like, Hughie was saying, they're 7 points above the same fixtures or something, Hughie, you were saying? We're 4 points up.
7 point
so,
game.
yeah, and we finished 5th last season, was it, or something? So, yeah, I'm very calm with the overall picture, but Saturday was horrible. Not gonna lie. If it continues, then it's a problem. For example, Brentford at home next week. We must win.
Tough game.
And then, and of course, that's
game,
my point. That's my point. But then we go on to Man
Physical
City.
team.
Man City, and in my head and on Football Carnage on my channel, people, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Big up Sasito in the chat as well, my boy. If my plan was, or in my head was, to be around 3 points max behind Man City when we go to the Etihad, and I feel as though we should be. And if you told me that game week 13 we're going to be in and around City, 2-3 points, none of you lot believed that. None of you lot. But Luton was not pretty. Not pretty.
Is that first game back after international break? See,
that's the first game. Yeah, that's the first game back, and it sets up nicely.
And you're still confident best of the rest this season.
We're there, innit? We're there.
Do you know what? They're there.
Will you be there?
Do you know what? They outperformed probably earlier on in the season with the tough fixtures, so they have wiggle room for this type of result, but not many more of them.
Not many more. That's exactly what.
But you know what, though?
That's exactly what.
Can I just say,
we can't afford it. This can't be a regular occurrence. Otherwise, it's gonna be a top 4 battle instead of a top 2 battle. I want a top 2 battle, and I've said to you guys very clearly, I think City are by far the better team, and I think City will win the title. But I said I believe we're by far the better team out of the rest of you.
You know, Grizz, though, are you not concerned by that midfield, though, still? Because McAllister's not a 6, man. I don't know. I just feel like, for me, Liverpool can't just start, doing this McAllister 6 kind of. I know you got Endo, but you're not going to clearly play him.
McAllister has a few ropey games. He's ropey against Wolves.
He's had a few ropey games, man. Even this game, the way he was charging forward, like a DM would have been there to kind of just put out the danger. I feel like, for me, you can't stop.
I don't even think
he was bad, man.
I'll be real.
Bro,
if we're looking at people to call out,
he was bad.
We're looking at people to call out. You got to call out Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai was really poor.
Yeah, Szoboszlai.
Trent was awful. I'm surprised you don't know. Trent was awful.
Trent was poor.
Szoboszlai.
Salah wasn't good. Salah was poor.
Salah was atrocious. Salah was like non-existent.
Very poor.
Non-existent. And Jota was poor. I told you, Núñez missed that chance, but the others, the chances he makes himself. You know what I mean? The keeper made 3 or 4 very good saves. We had a bad day at the office in terms of finishing. But against last season, we didn't make chances, guys. You know, when we played the bottom teams, we were dead. They outran us. They outbattled us. They looked like scoring 3 or 4.
You're right. You should be making chances with the attackers that you have when everyone's fit. You should be. But I think to Saeed's point, though, whilst McAllister didn't play, I don't think he was bad against Luton. I do think there is fundamentally an issue when teams are breaking at Liverpool. Like, I feel like Liverpool definitely have a big problem when it comes to dealing with transitions. I feel like a lot of teams get more joy than they should be getting against Liverpool when
it's much better this season, Tobs. You're not watching our games. It's not much better.
I am watching
better than last season.
I didn't say it, Grizz. Last season was dog shit. So that standard it shouldn't even be compared.
We're improving, right? We're improving.
Yeah, you are improving, but what I'm saying is it's still an issue.
Work in progress.
Yes, it is a work in progress. But what I'm saying is, if the competition is Man City, this is what's going to trip you up. That's all I'm saying. I have no qualms with Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk had a really good game. I think Konate was relatively solid, but I just feel like the ease in which teams still have the opportunity to get at your back line with speed, it's a problem for Liverpool. It's a problem.
I agree. Overall, I'm not happy with McAllister as the DM overall. I agree. For example, going to Man City as the McAllister as the 6, I will be worried. But Klopp's a stubborn man, and these coaches are stubborn until they either be proved right or badly wrong. They very rarely change it up. So, as I said, I'm not throwing the what's the word? The
toys out of the pram.
Toys out the pram.
Pram's out the toy. You needed a Saeed there.
Why did you let him do that?
I'm sorry, I should have had him because the big 6 account would have been booming, bro. Pram out the toys.
But yeah, I agree with you. McAllister's not the long-term answer in the number 6, in your opinion and in my opinion, and in Saeed's opinion.
Fair play. I like that. I like that. Yeah, come on.
Thanks, bro.
He likes it.
I thought you was actually going to tell him to shush, which would have just been so
No,
unnecessary.
I'm not, because I don't need to say. I don't need to say shush that because we've agreed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've agreed. No more shushes. Cool. Handful of super chats here on the subject. Ahmed says, Grizz, why will you not allow criticism on your players, especially Nunes? You naming other players being worse just to deflect. We see you, mate. Hashtag noodles.
Because I just named 3-4 players that were worse than him. Darwin Núñez has the best stats out of the strikers in terms of goals and assists per minutes. He missed a bad chance. I've just told you facts. According to the main stat sites, Squawka and all these people, he's missed 10. Haaland and Watkins, the other ones in his league, that's why I've mentioned them. I don't want to drag Haaland. Haaland is the finished article. I'm not comparing the two. They've missed 11. But it was on TV, Saturday night, big match. Talk your shit.
Masood says, Grizz, Turkish, you man happy with best of the rest now? Question, is this what the Premier League has become? Hugh must be loving this best show on YouTube. Well, to be honest, the question was more or less off the predictions made at the start of the season. Grizz said Liverpool second, which indicates best of the rest. So I wanted to know if he's still thereabouts, or if he maybe thinks any better than second.
It's not about being happy with it. Of course, we're not happy with being best of the rest. It's what choice
can't.
It's reality, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just have to be real.
Reality, man.
No one is enjoying. Trust me, everybody wants to win the title on here.
Why? They won a league against us in 2021, 2020, whatever it was. Why can't you do better?
No one saw that,
This
though.
man, I can't even remember the year.
You're being disingenuous.
The year that didn't count. The year that didn't count.
He's nasty. He's nasty.
It's very nasty from you.
Philippe says, I get where Grizz is coming from. Let's be real. Liverpool are like 2 players away from a title. Arsenal 6. But Liverpool needed DM. Salah cost me points.
Salah cost everyone points, man.
Salah
6 players. So what, you're saying Arsenal have gone backwards?
It's crazy, 6 players. I wouldn't say 6 players. But...
Do you agree with that, Turkish?
No, I wouldn't say 6 players.
We just need to get rid of Havertz, isn't it?
It's not 6 for Arsenal. It's not 6 for I guess that segues in. I do think Liverpool, they're definitely like, you could say that like,
I'm sick of him already.
And it definitely takes them to another level.
I'm fucking sick, but listen, still a couple more Liverpool.
Yo, bro, listen, I heard he worked very hard in the last game. And
are we on your name now? Because I heard that was his best performance.
Bro, he worked hard, bro. Don't play with me.
That was his best performance, man.
That's worked hard, bro.
You know, I tell you, look, don't come off Twitter and come to talk to me, bro. Don't do that. I don't like that. I stay off Twitter for a reason, and you
That's what I tell them as well. I always tell Saeed, get off Twitter, man, and stop talking to me Twitter chat, man.
I can't lie. It was pure joy watching the Arsenal, because I normally don't watch the AFTV fan cams, but I thought, you know what? Let me tune in to hear what Turkish has to say, and I really did enjoy it, man. I really enjoyed it. It was good. It was a good watch.
When's your review of tonight coming out?
I don't know if I'll do one. You know, I've been.
Don't let your people down.
Maybe I'll do one tomorrow.
Oh, really?
I'll do one tomorrow.
Wow.
Say no more. Couple more. Grim says, big up Grizz and the panel. Blame the players for the game. They were casual in possession. We need that DM to be fully immersed in the title race. And he also adds, big up Luton and the manager, because they attack that space behind Arnold, but we move. Guy says, Grizz always eating, doing his best Micah Richards impersonation.
What, you pay for my food?
And Les says, the only thing I take from this game is the Liverpool title challenge isn't happening without a proper 6. Quite a few super chats literally saying the same thing. Abu says Nunes is a better player than Jackson and they shouldn't be compared. Hashtag latex TOBS. And
he is better than Jackson. I don't know why he's directing that at me.
I don't know. Maybe that's the hashtag.
Yeah.
All right, cool. We move. Still 9K here, past 3,000 likes. Listen, love for the love, people. I'm not even going to tell you to hit like button again after this one last time. Hit the like button, people, if you haven't already. Let's get it to 4K likes before we do wrap up. Still a couple more results to talk about. It's 12:35 here in the morning now. So we're going to, keep it moving. But love for the love as always. Big up Manscaped, big up Fair Play. Link in the description, link in the live chat. 20% off Manscaped TB620. Use the code Big6 on Fair Play. Get a £5 bet. Screenshot it. Send it to us on the socials. And you're in with a chance to win FC24. Winner announced on next Monday's show. Next up, Newcastle Man United last minute winner, saving Ten Hag's job. That one sounds the more interesting one to me.
Hey, I don't know about that one, but there's not much discussing about United apart from the goal.
I got something in my eye.
Yeah, bro. Listen, we did you a nice one by letting Grizz go, but now you're taking the piss, bro.
Yeah,
now you're taking the piss.
You even let me go. Even I've had my turn. That was nice of him.
City usually go last under those circumstances.
You know, when he let City go first, he's feeling very nice.
Bruv, don't get twisted, bro. He wasn't being nice to you, bro. He was being smart.
Didn't even clock
Came
that.
from a good place. I know Turkish. I know.
Before buy from you gotta. Well, we didn't get there in the end, man. We fell at the final hurdle.
You thought we're gonna be tired when it comes to Arsenal chat.
I did. Usually you men are tired, but it's funny that you lot are not tired tonight. Barring Hugh, because Hugh's not normally tired, but you men are usually tired.
I'm running off adrenaline after that game that I just watched. So
I'm very tired, bro. I'm very tired. I'm just wrapped up nicely. I put my raincoat on, my hat. I'm ready.
What hat, son?
We talk. I mean, we lost in it. Not good enough. The performance was not good enough, but I know that the subject matter around the loss was more so around the refereeing decisions, more so the goal decision than the Bruno first half forearm. Which is funny to me because I think the Bruno first half forearm is the more contentious debate to be had. Don't get me wrong, the goal could have been disallowed. You know, I've seen many things similar been disallowed in the past, but I also can't 100% say any of those things, the ball going out, the foul on Gabriel, whatever else was, I even forgot what the other thing was. That was the offside. Aside from maybe the push, obviously 2 hands on the back, the still image, it does look mad. But at the same time, I don't know. I can't say for sure. But the Bruno elbow, that was a red card. That's a given. People might say Havertz. I can see it in the chat that Havertz tackle, was it a red?
It's either
similar to Udogi's tackle today. I said obviously you've seen reds given for it, but in a game like that, and Arsenal Newcastle's a big game as well as Tottenham. In a game like that, a red card when then.
Which one? The Havertz? Are we talking about the Havertz one?
Yeah, it's like a strong yellow, like red.
What the hell? That's a red card. Sorry, what? He's gone in lunging. Both feet are off the ground. He's got no intention of getting that ball. That's a red card, bro.
But you know what, bro? He failed. He failed, bro. He didn't even connect, bro. He was shit.
When he stood up as well, you saw.
Turkish.
He didn't hit the guy. His trailing leg hit the guy. So if you're saying he never went for the ball, it's not like he went for the guy.
He did. He just missed, bro. That's how shit he is. He just missed.
He missed.
Okay,
he's not good.
The Havertz one is a clear red card. And I was actually, when I saw that in real time, initially I thought, okay, you know what, that's a naughty yellow, fair. But when you watch it properly, and I'm not talking slow-mo, when you watch it again, just a tiny bit clearer, right? It's a crazy challenge. And to be fair, I'm not even going to say, oh yeah, that's all that's down to it, right? Because I think Newcastle are doing their best Bone Thugs and Harmony impression as well, man. Literally, Bruno Guimaraes, like, I can't believe what he did. I don't like Jorginho, but what he did to Jorginho was a joke thing, bro. Like, he should have been off.
He does it all the time, you know, about this guy, Bruno Guimaraes.
That's crazy. And even the thing is, that game, for me, I felt like that game should have ended a draw. Like, I don't think either team did enough to win. That goal is if you want to know what egregious, like, if you want to know what egregious should be applied to, it's that goal. That goal is the epitome of something egregious, like the foul, the ball going off the line. Like, it's just, there's so many things wrong for you to you have to disallow that goal. And the fact that they let that goal stand, that's nasty, man. I'm sorry. Like, I hate Arsenal, but me, if that was my team that had that goal scored against us, I'd be livid, bro. I'd be absolutely livid. That's you
know what's most frustrating about it, yeah? Because don't get me wrong, I'm vexed with VAR and I'm vexed with the referees, but I'm always vexed with them. Like, it's not the first time, it's not going to be the last time until shit gets changed. What was more at the forefront of my mind is what you just said about no team really deserves to win, and the reason it frustrates me more than the VAR decisions or the refereeing decisions, because I think we had the platform for a great performance defensively, and even the midfield defensively provided a great platform for the majority of the game for the attacking midfielders and the forward line to win it for us. But it never materialized, and that's what's so frustrating about it, because we was close to a perfect performance. You know, a couple goals, and that's the perfect performance. Another perfect performance at St. James Park, the third hardest ground to go to in the league. That's what's most frustrating about it, because again, it feels like we're light up front. So as much as the VAR decision, listen, the goal, okay, shouldn't have been given, it should have, whatever. We didn't do enough to win the game. And why didn't we do enough to win the game? Because one of the players we bought in Kai Havertz, not good enough. One of the players we left as backup to Jesus, not good enough. And more importantly, and this is more importantly than Havertz, because this is the reason for Havertz, more importantly than Eddie, because this is the reason for Eddie. Arteta needs to fix what he's done this season in comparison to last season, because even Saka and Martinelli are poor in comparison to last season. Even Odegaard,
Saka was
100%.
Saka was mad.
Worst performance in a long time. Odegaard, who's been getting criticism for poor performances, whether he's picked up, playing through injury or not, which is the rumors, he's been poor. This season, our whole attack has been poor in comparison to last season. That's the bigger problem for me, because we can't manage VAR and referees.
Lost his swagger, man. I told you, lost his swagger.
Do you know what? Turkish has been saying it though. He's been saying it on AFTV a lot, like the fluidity's gone, and everybody's been like, but we're controlling games. I'm like, and
bro, I've
been saying it like you want to.
You did say it, to be fair.
You want to instead of blitzing teams like last season and then just learning from the lack of experience and the head loss at Anfield and the pressure and improving upon those. You want to take it back now and control games, play worse, and then drop more points potentially, which you have, and then be behind City? I don't get the logic personally. I ain't getting it.
Well, the aim is that I thought the aim was that theoretically you're harder to beat, right? You're harder to beat, which means that you should, in theory, pick up more points, right? Because less teams will score against you, and you still have an attack that will still, as faulty as it has been in recent weeks, it still will score goals past teams. But I feel like it's a combination of the mix of players that Arteta's playing. Plus, I also think your big hitters are either injured or they're out of form. Odegaard, he's injured, and when he plays, he's out of form. Saka, he's out of form at this point in time, not over the course of the season. Martinelli, obviously, he's had these injury problems. So one game good, one game not so great. Partey been injured, right? Kai Havertz stinks. It's just whatever.
It's two players for Arsenal.
You know what? Yeah, this is probably going to go down.
Saliba and Rice.
This Havertz sign is probably going to go down as one of my favorite signings for Arsenal in history, because you have to tell me that this team was physical last year with Saliba, and they've added Rice to it, and they had the correct mentality for a large part of the season. They've just added this flimsy player who doesn't do shit, doesn't create, doesn't score, doesn't do nothing. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's like...
You might want Xhaka for Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen, Xhaka. Xhaka's doing bits, so it wasn't even an upgrade. Like, that Havertz was at least get an upgrade to Xhaka. And it wasn't an upgrade. And that's where, for me, we were just baffled as to why. And this is on Arteta. Said it at the start of the season. Not on Arsenal fans, because I don't think majority of Arsenal fans wanted him. It's on Arteta for thinking that was an upgrade. It's no upgrade.
Not only that, but people are forgetting, we haven't forgotten. With discussion, he's brought up discussions for what we have been saying. No reason. Obviously, there's a reason in his head, but it's difficult to see those reasons right now, including the keeper situation, including the
you got to talk about that one as well.
Goalkeeper situation.
So these things he had a howler for the goal.
Coming for TOBS. I'm coming for TOBS.
On himself. Now, either you look amazing when you make these calls and your decisions, and he wants to be known like on Pep levels of look how I turn things around, and right, or he's gonna pretty much lose his job if it goes to shit. Like, he's gonna be under pressure if he doesn't finish second, max third, I don't know, and win maybe something, because the amount of money he spent and brought these headaches and points on himself, and then coming out with statements, I'm sorry to bring that word up, But the pressure, it's not the statement per se, it's the pressure, it's the whole situation that he's brought upon himself and has enabled him to make a statement like that. You know, I get those calls very quickly. I get those calls were mad and whatnot, but the referees, there was none of those calls were, you can say, wrong or right. They were subjective calls. So if we're going to start saying that he can't be comparing it to the Liverpool one was a fact that there's a goal and it hasn't been given. Yeah, it's not a subjective call. The Curtis Jones subjective call, Havertz challenge subjective call, ball over the line. There was no evidence of it being over the line, out of play. Sorry, they're saying. So it's pressure. It's hard. Saying that you're not in a bad spot. I think 3 or 4 players are out of form. They're out of form. So that's what he's gonna say. Once I get my big hitters in form, we should be fine. Because you are hard to beat. You are hard to beat.
Do you know what the problem is there though? Yeah. Who are we talking about here? You're saying not informed, but you're talking injuries as well. Jesus, one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, combination of injuries, not informed.
Jesus has been injury prone. He has had a big injury that is an injury that commonly is followed by other injuries. Partey, for goodness sake, I mean, we've known he's injured. This ain't no surprise. So why have we left ourselves with Jorginho and El Nene? Why did we give El Nene a year extension and keep Jorginho? Jorginho came in because we couldn't get Caicedo in January. Quick 12 million deal. We could have got rid of him for 10 million in the summer and really adequately got a backup for Partey. So when surprise, Partey's out.
But Rice is that
Partey is still probably the most key player for us, even with Declan Rice here. Partey is the only player that can bring it from defense to attack swiftly, smoothly, efficiently. He is the one for that. So he is still key. He might be the missing piece behind why we are not as exciting as last season. He might be the one. But if he is the one, my question is, why didn't we get another one? And not just that position. We just mentioned Jesus. Surprise, injury. Eddie Nketiah steps in. Saka. He's had quiet moments before. He's had moments where he's looked like he's not on form or he's, carrying an injury. Why didn't we bring up another winger? We knew we needed that. Did Man City need another winger? Not necessarily, but they bought one.
They definitely
not on that side. Not on that side.
They sold Mahrez. They sold Mahrez.
He plays both sides, doesn't he?
Mahrez is more right. Mahrez is more right.
But Doku showed he can play both sides, isn't it?
100%. But they didn't. It wasn't a necessity like other positions were.
It was. But I get your point. Maybe it definitely was. But I get your point, right? Like Arsenal haven't padded their team in key areas that basically like has caused you problems
before.
Like you've tried in Partey's position with Rice, you tried with Timber, but there's still positions like striker, like for Odegaard, like for Saka, where it just hasn't worked. I get that, but I do also think though, as thuggish as they were and they can be, I do think Newcastle were really good defensively as well. I know you were good defensively. I felt they were really good defensively because I think if I compare the game to last season, I felt like last season they tried to go toe-to-toe with you. They tried to be a lot more aggressive, tried to take more risk, and they got picked off easy. Arsenal should have probably won that game by more than 2 goals last season at St. James Park. I think this season, they played more like they did at the Emirates, and I think that's what added to the frustration for Arsenal. I think obviously you guys have your issues with the whole lack of fluidity and which mix of players can get the best performances, but I actually think Newcastle as well, I think they did really well defensively.
Yeah, they did. They're physical, they're aggressive, and Arsenal just kind of played their hands, man. That's why I kind of look at from the game. The attacking output is poor.
With Eddie up top and Havertz your main creator, fuck me. I mean,
listen, it's a long game.
It was a mistake letting Xhaka go Turkish.
You see what it is, Look, people know I was tired of Xhaka for years. But at the end of last season, when I was asked, I said, keep Xhaka, just upgrade on him. So he becomes a rotation option. We get an upgrade creatively on Xhaka in that 8. Because the one thing for me that lets Xhaka down is that efficiency in the fact.
He wanted to leave as well.
He wanted to leave.
Yeah, in the end, he wanted to go. But I always said, keep him and upgrade on him. If he decides to go, then buy 2 8s. One of those 8s you decide to buy is Havertz. Still buy another one because now Havertz hasn't worked. We haven't really got another 8. We moved Rice to the 8. But when it's not ideal because Rice, I like him in the 8, but really I like him in the 6 more than I like him in the 8. I still need that creative edge that Rice doesn't really have in the final third.
But the thing is, right, is GRIZZ has said this before, that this Klopp kind of thing where with Arteta, where the loyalty, right? Maybe Wenger. If you're gonna get another 8, that means you need to give up on Smith Rowe. If you're gonna get another striker, you probably need to get rid of Nketiah. If you're gonna get that Saka backup, you need to get rid of Nelson. You guys have trusted a lot of these backup players to be good enough quality depth for matches where you play against West Ham in the Cup, Carabao. I heard Arsenal fans telling me, we don't need this cup. It ain't that deep. Listen, you haven't won the Carabao Cup or Carling Cup or League Cup in 30 years. You've only won the FA Cup. You haven't won major titles in 20 years. Like, let's not be silly now. You need as many trophies. And Arteta, forget the club. You guys have lived through trophies. Cool, I get it. Arteta needs these trophies. Let's not think Arteta is too big for the Carabao Cup now, because he's not. He needs these trophies. This group of players need this. These group of players, Turkish, they need these trophies. No, but for you it doesn't, because you've seen Arsenal win Prem. You've seen the Invincibles. But Saka, Martinelli, these guys are still very early on in their careers in terms of winning. They've not won shit. They need to win this Carabao. They need to win trophies. And I said it in midweek. You guys have not established yourself as a top team yet to be dismissing the Carabao Cup. And if you don't think these young players are going to benefit from winning the Carabao Cup, then you guys are out of touch with what your team are currently at, where your team are currently at. As a fan base, you're too big for it. Cool. I don't think you should be, because from when I look at the trophies you won in the last 20 years, I don't think you should be that arrogant. But in terms of, we're talking about your players, hell no. Your players need these trophies.
The reason a lot of people are saying, why did I switch on Arteta? Why have I suddenly switched? Blah, blah, blah. Because they're a rival. Of course. That's how I see them. I see them as a rival up the stakes. So, of course, I'm going to turn against him. But joking, if you analyze it deeply, though, I agree with Matisse. I think he's made too much changes, trying to be too clever without solidifying their position as having title credentials, having been able to win a trophy, get into a final even. I don't think you reached a final, did you, last season? Or did you?
No.
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 A good point. That was my criticism at the start of the season, that I feel as though in the opening 10-11 games, he's tried to be too smart. Solidify the last season that you had and go again. But we see. It could still turn glorious, but I agree that they do need to win something. They do need to win something.
Yeah,
the most realistic chance of winning is the 2 domestic cups for Arsenal.
Yeah, but this Carabao Cup nonsense is disingenuous, because at the end of the day, the Carabao Cup doesn't save him his job, so it doesn't cost him his job.
But I don't think he should lose his job this season anyway. Personally,
it improves his job.
It depends how it plays out. It depends how the season plays out.
Yeah, if they like literally have a turnover results where they capitulate, I think for me there should be questions as to whether.
I don't think he should lose his job this season.
No, I think there should be. No, honestly,
he's gonna get a Champions League place, 100%. I think.
No, but you know what? I don't think he should. No, but if they capitulate,
but it's how you get the.
It's how you do it. There's a ceiling to Arteta. There's a ceiling to Arteta then, and I think for me they could get a better manager with them group of players and make them better. I really do.
Saying here, we've changed tunes a little bit.
Hold on, Havertz could be a bust, right? Havertz could be a bust, but I think you give him more than just one season with these signings. Obviously, Timber's injured. Rice has come in. He's been brilliant. Raya, that goalkeeping situation is looking a bit sketchy. I'm not saying that
Where does he leave his job?
I'm not saying he shouldn't be under pressure, but I think he should get the next season after this just to prove, okay, did you get it right with these signings 100%?
Bro, I hear what you're saying.
Get a bit more back in. But if not, then that next season, if you don't win something, cool, 100%.
You're actually not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And if I speak now in November, where the season's not close to ending,
not now. Too early.
No. One second. There's nothing on the line. Yeah, it depends how obviously the season pans out. But at the same time, if we regress from last year, if we don't win anything again this season, if we don't challenge for a league title, there's a limit to that. But if that is the case come the end of the season, then the start of the next season is what's important for him. Because, bro, as much as people can say I get it's 4 years for Mikel Arteta. I never think of it like that. I think it's 19 fucking years. It's above 19 fucking years. So you are right. At the end of the day, he's done enough to be warranted some further trust, even if the Havertz one doesn't work out. But it depends how this season pans out. It depends how, we finish the season. If we don't win the league title, then we must challenge for the league title. And challenge means April at the bare minimum. Bare minimum. Champions League, quarterfinals, bare minimum. That's something he has to, and that's a fair request. Quarterfinals, FA Cup. I want to win that. Yeah. That to me has the heritage. That has the history. I love that cup. Carabao Cup's not the same for me. So that's what he gets judged on. At the end of the day, you can't just be in a job like this and not be under pressure at all. Of course, and he must put himself under pressure because he when he speaks, he has high standards, right? We've heard him speak before in the past. At the end of last season, he was dejected because when Arsenal had the last home game of the season, when he picked up the mic at the end, the first thing he mentioned was losing out on the title. Same thing he'd done at the start of this season. He mentioned losing out on the title last year. I rate that because it's reminding us that we've just been through some pain. But it's also reminding us that, listen, you've been through this now. I hope you've learned enough to, be able to maneuver your way through it next season. And Havertz was a big one. Havertz was a big signing because it was the bridge between what was end of last season going into this season, the bridge of improvement. That the only position on the pitch, or well, one of two, because I think left back questionably defensively as well, was the 8. We had to improve that position, and so far we haven't. And it's costing us chance creation. It's not costing us results. That's the good thing, because things can pick up and our results can maintain and we look good because we get used to this style and Havertz kicks on. But the reality is I don't think Havertz is going to kick on. So I'd like him to maybe rethink what this idea was with Havertz pretty swiftly, because Havertz is, well, you can't put your season on Havertz. I know Rice has come in.
I think it's going to make or break him. It's going to make or break him.
Partey is not playing as much this season as he was last season. So as much as Rice has come in and improved the side, the Partey loss and the Xhaka loss, has the midfield improved this season? It hasn't overall.
A lot of people saying he wasn't that bad on Saturday, but honestly, for 65 million, bruv, this is just like, bro.
But people
if you wanted someone to get stuck in, you could have signed someone from the Championship to do that job.
People like to do that. People like, obviously, Havertz comes in, there's a bar. His first 7 performances are here. His 8th one is here, and people go mad. Nah, bro, here's the bar. Until he passes that, there's no point in sugarcoating the situation, because this is a man that we paid millions for. This is a man that's on thousands a week. Thousands. If he didn't want to live up to the pressure that comes with the role at Arsenal, which he must have known about, Mesut Ozil, look how much pressure he was under at Arsenal to make us great again. That's a German legend in the Havertz position, or maybe the one he looked up to growing up. He must know the pressure that comes with playing for Arsenal, regardless if we haven't won the league for 20 years. There is pressure, especially coming in at a time now where we've just challenged for a league title. So I don't give a shit about all of this, arm around the shoulder. He's a good game today. He made a tackle. That's nice. That reminds me of Xhaka. Fuck all that. We didn't upgrade on Xhaka by buying someone that makes a tackle in the 11th game of the season, and I'm happy.
He's really poor, man. There was a video going around today of Xhaka, like compilation of Xhaka last season for Arsenal, and this is Granit Xhaka. This ain't Bernardo Silva. This ain't Kevin De Bruyne. This ain't Florian Wirtz. This ain't flipping Szoboszlai or whatever. This is Granit Xhaka. Like, no doubt, he's got good technical quality and he's doing well at Leverkusen. But when you watch that Xhaka comp and then you compare it to the stuff that Arsenal fans were praising Kai Havertz, some Arsenal fans, sorry, not all, some Arsenal fans were praising Kai Havertz for against Newcastle. I'm like, this is the bare minimum. You're praising the guy for giving you the bare minimum in a game where your 2 most dangerous players are padlocked, right? And you need Kai Havertz and Nketiah or whoever to make something out of nothing. You're going to be found wanted. And I'll be real, man. The standards are in the bin with that guy. And to be fair, it's not just down to him. I feel like there are other players in your team that aren't pulling their weight. But the fact that you guys sold Xhaka and went out and spent 65 million pounds
howler
on him,
absolute howler,
as someone who can change games for Arsenal, it is, mate, it's
mind-blowing.
Crazy.
It's mind-blowing.
Crazy transfer. Like, how can you
listen, I hope
it's not even a witch hunt, but how can you objectively, how can you watch what he did at Chelsea and say, yeah, I want a piece of that for 65 million? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Listen, we did a PowerPoint, bro. PowerPoint presentation.
I hope in 7 months,
days.
yeah. I hope in 7 months I'm here eating the same humble pie that Tobes and Matisse will eat. But I can't lie to you. I don't think that humble pie is coming out the oven. It's gonna burn to a crisp before.
I'm astounded to hear Matisse's assessment of Arteta, suddenly saying he doesn't need to get sacked.
No, do you know what? No, because I've had to eat humble pie. This guy turned up last season, and it's like,
what are you saying?
When you put Arsenal in a title race, my eyebrows will raise because Arsenal not been in a title race since Burgundy boys. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't really believe that. Yes, the thing is, I think there maybe is a cap to where Arteta can take them, but I also think with what he's put together, there's a level they're not going to fall below. I don't, especially with the rest of the league. Like, I don't think ourselves, United, the rest of the teams around there are going to be consistent enough for Arsenal to drop out of top 3. So I don't think he should be sacked based upon that. It'll be under pressure, but I do think he deserves a bit of an extra. I think he deserves an extra season to really put the nail in the coffin, whether or not you're going to keep him or not. And I also say this because, and I've said this with Chelsea fans, the grass is not always greener with these managers. Like, look at the manager pool right now. There's not really many guys out there that you can go and get and say, oh yeah, that's the guy. Like, it's not like that anymore. Like, it's the level of managers out there right now. It's a little bit spooky. So be very careful. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that you have to put up with mediocrity, but just pick and choose your time a little bit better, because if you get the wrong person in, it could get quickly go left very quickly. Left very quick.
100%. 100%. That's why people need to come. Even during the Arteta segment, not once have I insinuated Arteta out. What I said is Arteta is under pressure. If you support Arsenal Football Club and you don't think the manager's under pressure, then please, I only speak for myself. So Arsenal fans that think I'm talking shit, think I'm a disgrace. I've seen it all in the comments in the last 5 minutes.
People say De Zerbi. That guy, listen, De Zerbi, cool. One win out of the last 8, bro. Like,
my opinion is my opinion. Your opinions are your opinions. That's it. What can we do? I speak for myself. I'm damn sure the people that said that fucking Havertz is coming in because he's got a body like Van Persie, or the people that retweet Win the Dog, they don't speak for me. I speak for myself. You don't speak for yourself.
Yeah,
that's all. No, bro, because I don't get it, bro. People get very. How could I be talking shit when it's my opinion of something? And saying your manager's under pressure? Every single manager here is under pressure. This is the Big Six. This ain't the fucking championship show. Like, this is the Big Six, and even in the championship, people are under pressure. Let me not disrespect.
Yo, you really don't like that dog, do you?
Broski, it's the fans that are attached to the dog I don't like. So the dog is kind of the
sorry, who's better? The dog. What's that dog's name at your training ground? Win or
Win, bro? It's Win.
Win.
Yeah.
Who's worse, Win or the dog at Kenilworth Road?
What?
You not know the dog at Kenilworth Road?
Ignore him. Look at his eyes. He's
this guy's trolling, bro.
He just wants to get rattled, like have a go at him.
Just asking a question.
Listen, let's keep it moving because it's past 1. I got some super chats here I need to get in. We're still Man United as well. Arsenal will be fine and we'll still challenge. I still think we'll win the league. That's Mudu. The attack will come together still too early. With most of our squad available, we won't lose many games. Until then, we just need to stay in the mix. You see the word in here? With most of our squad available, that leaves an excuse at the end of the season if it doesn't happen. What I'm saying is there's no excuse about squad depth. Our squad depth should be where it should be right now. That's my thing. Turkish bro, remember where we were before Teta? 100%. You were probably the most depressed fan on YouTube. Unless he finishes below 8th, he has to be allowed one more summer window and go at it. Broski, Broski, if we finish 7th... Do not come and watch me on this show if we finish 7th.
That's a bit wild. You took it too far.
Yeah, you took it too far.
He says, anyone with 2 eyes can see Arsenal ain't winning a single major trophy. Me as a Liverpool fan, I've been there. I know the script. Klopp done wonders winning what he has. 100%. Abdullah says, Turkish, I see you trying to dodge the cooking. Sorry, bro. You need to get used to getting cooked because we're not finishing top 3, in my opinion. We'll never win the league with this owner. Broski, Abdullah, you're telling me to get used to being cooked, bro. Arsenal have only been good for 18 months, bro. The 3.5 years before that, I was getting cooked.
I'm getting cooked.
I'm cooked, bro. It's microwave time for me. There's no more cooking, bro. You gotta reheat. AJ says Havertz is definitely money laundering. The signing didn't make any sense. That money could have gotten us Kudus and a backup to Saka. Dare I say, if Arteta doesn't win something at the end of the season, he has to go. Big up Elisa. When do we address the fact refs are getting side gigs in countries that own the football clubs, constantly getting the favourable decisions? Draw at Newcastle away is fine. Plenty of football to be played. A draw away at Newcastle is fine. It is fine. I just think we should have created chances. No, I think he was talking about maybe my thing that we didn't do enough to win the game, and that's what I'm more focused on. I think maybe. But like I said, Elisa, my thing is we had the platform. The platform for the draw was there for the entire game. But that platform should have been built on in the game, and we didn't have the resources for that. And why didn't we have the resources? Because, in my opinion, we didn't do enough in the summer. The Zinchenko sub, for me, being the first sub, tells me that we sacrificed some of the attack for defense, if that makes sense. Obviously, Tomiyasu is the better defender. We had problems with Zinchenko defensively last season. So if our first substitution when we're a goal down is to bring Zinchenko on, that means the idea is that our defense gets weakened, which is obvious. I'm stating the obvious here. But that also indicates that for sure he has made changes that have impacted our attack and nullified that. But listen, I've got more super chats. It's past 1 a.m. It's past 2 hours. People are falling asleep. Saeed, wake up. It's time to talk about United, man. You won a game. Yeah?
I'm knackered, man. It's 1 a.m., man. I'll be real with you. I'm falling asleep, man. But yeah, listen, man.
I can't lie. Same.
Hey, bro, I don't know why the chat's saying why you falling asleep. Bro, it's 1 a.m.
Listen, you guys be playing
why
pro
you
clubs
falling
at this
asleep?
time, no? You're not playing pro clubs at this time, dropping matches and shit,
not
no?
on a weekday.
No,
Not on a
okay.
weekday, bro. I can't lie, man. But
Bro, you're acting like you do a 9 to 5, bro, about weekday, bro. You're a fucking content creator.
What time you start streaming at, bro?
Listen,
Your earliest stream starts at 12, bro. Come on, man.
Come on, man. But listen, I can't lie, man. I don't know. Maybe today just I was doing a lot of cleaning today, man. I did a lot of house chores today, so maybe that's what's knocked me out. But nah, listen, the United game was dead, bro. I can't lie. It was dead.
We put the curtains on the wall.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. Your analysis was spot on. Yeah, it's a rubbish game, man. And then Bruno Fernandes salvaged it. Like I said on the prediction, it's gonna be a 1-0, it's gonna be a scummy win. And we did it. You know what I mean? Did we deserve it? Probably not. We're full and rubbish as well. Yes, they're awful. You know what I mean? They don't really have anything up front. And yeah, we jammed the win. Sorry?
They played better than you, Fulham.
Yeah, you know what? They probably did. And they had more chances, to be fair, more than us. But I still think they're a poor team, man. I think they're lacking a lot up front. They don't have a striker, etc., etc. So yeah, man, I think we just jammed the win. We didn't really create that much. And Bruno Fernandes, fair play to Pellistri. He's a devil, got us a goal. But still a lot of troubles, man. Ten Hag, Norris style of play. Anthony stinking the place out. Hoyland's struggling. You know, midfield still imbalanced. There's a lot still wrong, man. And, you know, there's a lot of United fans online saying United have turned around the corner. But listen, there's no turn around the corner, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of games coming up in December, November. A lot of big games as well. Talking Liverpool, Chelsea, you know, Villa. So there's a lot of big games coming up. So yes, the win was good for Ten Hag's morale, but as a whole, there's nothing to take away from this. Be like, yeah, United are back or whatever. Like, nah, it was a jammy win, man. So yeah, that's all I can say. Then tomorrow, big game.
That Neto is such a fraud of a keeper, man. He's so whack. Every time I watch Fulham play,
Leno.
Leno.
I was gonna say Leno's Bournemouth.
Yeah, man. Leno's been quite good for Fulham.
Yeah, man. Leno's he looks the part. You know what I mean?
Nah, he's good, man. He's Fulham.
Leno's dead keeper, man. He's a dead keeper. He should have saved that. But yeah, I was chuffed with Bruno scoring, man. And Man United fans couldn't work out what I meant, but those are United fans, innit? I was like, bro, it keeps the fun going. You know what I mean? Ten Hag stays in the job and the fun continues. Like, long may it continue, bro. That's all I say, man. Like, you're right. There was nothing in that Man United team to make you excited or think, yeah, you know what?
Nah.
Nothing to it. There's nothing. It's such a it's a shambles, that club right now. Still is. You know, and even the youngsters don't look that good. Like Pellistri, I know you try hyping up Pellistri, but he looks very ordinary to me. Very ordinary.
I think he's shown a bit of promise in terms of the fact that he's only a kid, but obviously, I know you mean the quality might not be there, but I think he just showed a bit of fight when he came on. Better than Anthony though.
It's 2023, and your backbone of your team is Evans, Maguire, Bruno, and McTominay.
Yeah.
Maguire was their best player in the weekend.
That's mad.
Maguire, exactly. Maguire was
all
right.
Man. You should keep him. He's a good player.
I say Johnny Evans for you. I'm not even tripping. I'm not even
keep
gassing.
Him too. He's good as well. Yeah.
No. Johnny Evans, trust me, is a good. He's come into those shambolic defense and the rest of them players and told them what a professional really handles himself. No drama. No.
But it's the players that they probably want to sell that are playing the best, and then it's like McTominay as well, and then he's falling out with Varane, and it's Anthony flopping. It's like he's gonna have such a conundrum in his head.
What's the latest with Rashford? What's the latest with Rashford? There's a lot of drama.
Bro, you seen it, bit of drama today. You know what I'm saying to you? We won't mention that channel, but you know what I'm saying? He's just telling the fake rumors, man. You know what I mean? So listen, man, I don't believe
be on guard, Saeed, bro. He's active, bro. You might see the titles. Be careful, bro.
Trust me. Be careful. You know what? I don't think it was actually Rashford. I think it's his team, and his brother is his agent in it, and he helps him out. It's probably his team, man. But listen, man. Rashford is on the pitch.
Basically, in a nutshell, what's the? Because we haven't. I don't know.
He went out partying. He went out partying for his birthday after the City game. But listen, I don't really get onto players that go out and socialize after they go work or whatever. You know what I mean? It's when you perform on the football pitch. If you're not performing on the football pitch, that's when I'll criticize you. So
was he dropped?
Whatever Rashford's doing, sorry.
Was he dropped because of that, or that's what I want to
know? No. He was injured. He was injured. He didn't make. He made a late fitness test, but he was injured, so he didn't actually. It wasn't because of that. But the manager did call it unacceptable, and he spoke to him, and I think they kind of dealt it there and there. But when you start hearing all these kind of noises, it doesn't look bode well for you. But at the end of the day, if you perform to the football pitch, I couldn't care less what he's doing outside the pitch. But when you're not performing, that's when I'm onto you anyway. So he needs to fix up, man. He's another player that's underperforming massively. 1 goal this season, I think it is in the league. It's not good enough, man. So
he's got a long way to catch up to Jackson. Long way to catch up to Jackson, bro.
Bro, how many Jackson got, by the way? How many got this season?
Rashford.
Oh, mad.
5 now. 5 goals.
008 is
5? Wow.
5 goals in the league, bro. After that stat pad today, we're looking.
I wonder
good.
why you slate him. It's mad, but yeah.
Me? Who? You mean GRIZZ?
Oh yeah, GRIZZ. Yeah.
What's he trying to cook here, brother? It's 1:15. Let's just wrap it up, bro.
Yeah. But like I said, man, nothing more to say. Just we dodged the bullet and we got away with one. Simple.
No success in United, and to be honest with you people, listen, there's 54 super chats I haven't read that. I do really apologize because usually I try and get all of them in. Sometimes it gets out of hand, but tonight it's got out of hand and it's past 1 a.m. It's over 2 hours. So I hope you understand.
Guy. You're not reading people's super chats. Nasty guy.
Broski, look at your eyes, bro. If I start reading super chats, you're finished, bro. I'm blessed. I'm up.
You know what?
He's helping you, man. He's helping us.
For that, yeah. Just for that, like everybody that's tired, go in it.
No.
Leave Tobes on the screen, split screen, and go through every single super chat. Leave this guy here.
Detention and that.
Get him to answer every single one.
I'm blessed. I'm always up late. I see GRIZZ is blessed as well. I'm surprised. So GRIZZ is I've clocked it. GRIZZ. Everyone else is fading.
Bro, I've been up since 6 a.m, man. I'm up
I've
again
been up
at 6
since
a.m.
5:50, bro. Yeah.
Why are you cussing then?
8 a.m.
I ain't sleeping, so that's how I roll.
Let's
sleep is for the week. That's what he's saying, yeah.
Do like 10 and then wrap it up. Do 10. Come on, do some. That's actually effed up. There's 54 super chats.
I hear that. I'm here for it. Listen,
we appreciate all the super chats. Put Tobes on the jumbo and do 54.
I'm gonna do 10. That's it. Ryan says Arsenal look a shadow of themselves compared to last season. Turkish, I'm not enjoying watching Arsenal right now. We didn't do enough to win the game. Havertz, waste of 65 M's. Arteta out. He's out of his depth. On the flip side, Ali says Arteta in 100, but tried to be. Arteta in 100, but tried to be too clever with Havertz and Raya. Both not working. I still give him the leeway for these mistakes. We shouldn't forget where we were 3 years ago, 100%. But there's a balance to it all. Massum says that, because that whole thing about we shouldn't forget where we was, that's what left Wenger in charge for fucking too many years. Yeah. And Wenger deserved that time at the end. Well, not all of that time, but Wenger done enough to be warranted that, reason after reason to kind of continue. Let's not do the same thing and allow, I'm not saying Arteta here, allow the club, ownership, everything to get away with the same thing again. I'm just picking random ones. Romero, change your pronouns to they, them, because you are not him. Should have been sent off twice in 30 minutes. TOBS defender had an episode of roid rage. Spurs 1000% did not have Chelsea confused. Chelsea's terrible attack had about 9 or 10 one-on-ones. GRIZZ is right. The tactics were dog shite. Literally just scrolling. Too many men says that is by far the biggest robbery from VAR. Straight red or 4 yellows. Foul, offside or handball. Donkeys. TOBS, the damn fool is coming. Let's go. Another one is from Aran. Turkish, we spoke about seeing Trossard, and in the end, we saw Eddie and Kai. I hate how every year we need to do something in Jan. A striker is a must. Also need to speak on Saka and Martinelli. 100%. I mentioned them today, and if it doesn't improve, we will talk again. TOBS looking calm, but low-key dying inside. Hold that. Remember who you support, my guy. Stay humble. Hashtag up the Arsenal. Matisse is shameless. Does he know Chelsea are playing City next week? He does. Last one here I'm going to get in from J Mons. The Men in Black outfit from Matisse. What we saw today was definitely out of this world. Well, hopefully the show was out of this world. It's not over yet because the prediction table is right here. For audio listeners, I am top 10 correct scores, 55 points. TOBS in second, 6 correct scores, 50 points.
Right.
Gap.
Matisse with another correct score, 7 correct scores, 48 points. Saeed with a correct score, 5 correct scores, 46 points. You 5th, 3 correct scores, 42 points. And GRIZZ, 1 correct score, 40 points. He's at the bottom of the table. That's how it's looking, people. Powered by Fair Play. And just before we wrap up, while GRIZZ hides his shame at being bottom of the prediction table. Long season. It is game week 11. But just a reminder, people, it might be a long season, but this giveaway is only for 7 days. FC24 code, whether it's PS5, Xbox, whatever it is, up for grabs. You can see in the bottom left, Fair Play are one of the sponsors of the channel, of the show. Make sure you download their app through the description. There's a link there, or the live chat. There's a link there. So if you're watching it now, hit the link in the live chat. If you're watching it after, hit the link in the description. And if you're watching it now on TV and you're thinking, how am I going to click a link? Then let me bring this one up for you right now, because there's a QR code. You can scan it on your phone. Screenshot a bet. Well, sign up 2-3 minutes. Screenshot a bet. Send it to us on the socials at The Big Six Show. And next Monday, we'll announce a winner for FC24. Simple, people. It's just that simple. Sign up 2-3 minutes to create a bet. You get a £5 free bet as well when you sign up using the code BIG6. The details are there in the description and in the live chat. Big6, BIG6IX, £5 free bet. Make a bet, screenshot it, send it to us. FC24 potential there next Monday. We'll see. And that's it, really. Big up Manscaped too. 20% off TB620 is the code. Aside from that, we're going to call it a night here, people. 1:20, latest we've ever streamed. 2 hours, 30 minutes. One of the longer ones than usual. We are back Friday. Apologies, it's not Thursday, but it is what it is. Make sure you're there. Love for the love. We're out. Peace.